about to give it everything I got in spite of all of my fears and all of my tears. I'm about to switch it up and start to change the gears. Definitely go all out. Ain't no time for me to postpone and say not now. It's a downhill trip with no brakes, bruh. Know what I was doing, so I counted all the stakes, bruh. Dream catcher, I ain't playing no stopping, no hell nah. It's a crazy high from doing this like all the day, bruh. I'm so addicted to it that I can't give it up, bruh. It already got me hooked, no way of letting go now. Just so you know, bruh, I'ma chase it. Been running so long that I got shoes with no laces. Wishing of having a bunch of watches with a whole lot of different gold faces. Success coming soon and I can already taste it. Dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I said dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I said dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one.
Let me hear it again, show 'em how the town does it. When we come through, just win, baby, what we gon' do? Got the other team shaking cause we hitting hard. R.P. Jack Tatum and R.P. Al Davis. Never been a traitor, I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. All I make is highlights, that was Crabtree. Whole crowd do the wave, do the max beat. And my favorite 32, that was Jack T. I look better in a silver and a black tee. When you thought we fell off, Raiders right back. Only one eye and win, eye patch. At the Coliseum, about to make the fire crack. All I make is hard hits like Khalil Mack. Yeah, D-Card, we stars. Bo Jackson, jersey number 3-4. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider, 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 Raider. Oakland Raider, 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 Raider. I'm a Raider.
Intercepted in the end zone by Charles Woodson. Second career touchdown on a punt return. Can you believe it? Punt return by Tim Brown. The extra point is in.
This was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. The Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes. Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
It's picked off. Oh no. Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Incredible. Chandler Jones and wins the game for the Raiders. Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game. Devontae Adams chugging into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, he fumbled again. Robertson's got it, and he's got an entourage. By midfield, got a block by Hobbs, and there he goes. He's got
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Welcome to the Just Win Baby podcast.
Yo, what is going on, Raider Nation, man? What is going on, YouTube, man? Welcome to another edition of the Baby podcast, man. I'm your host, RaiderBen. Should have my guys up here shortly. We came into this show thinking we were going to talk a little bit about Maxx Crosby. I thought that'd be the hot topic of the show, which still could possibly still be the hot topic of the show, as you guys all know my opinions on Maxx Crosby. But that's irrelevant for the time being. Right now, the hot topic as we led up into this show, I went to bed. I went to bed at about 2 o'clock. And then when I woke up at 4 o'clock, I turned my mic up a little bit. When I woke up at 4 o'clock, I had seen a post. I think it was Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter, one of these dudes, saying that the Raiders gave up a third-round pick for quarterback Geno Smith from the Seattle Seahawks. There's been a lot of... Come on, dude. Anyways, we've all heard, the rumblings of, at least in this week, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Seattle, but there's been rumblings of they may move on from Geno Smith. Obviously, there's been the release of Tyler Lockett. There's rumblings that DK Metcalf wants to get out of there. It looks like the Seattle Seahawks kind of want to rebuild. They kind of want to start over. Which I don't know if it's a terrible thing, because in all honesty, they really don't have no future plan at quarterback, unless they plan on running with Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock's still over there, but they don't really have nobody. So for them to get some draft capital off of, how old's Geno Smith, 34, 35, I think it's a good move for Seattle. Also think it's a good move for the Raiders. The Raiders need a quarterback. Let's be real. Geno Smith really only played good under Pete Carroll. He had a down year last year. Seattle as a whole had a down year last year trying to recover from, the moving on of Pete Carroll. Obviously, Pete Carroll chose to move on last year as the head coach and ended up being like a senior advisor or some shit for them. But Geno Smith's played his best football under Coach Pete Carroll. So it makes, in my opinion, it makes 100% sense for, you know, the Raiders to be like, all right, well, let's go ahead and go shoot our shot on Geno Smith. At the end of the day, bro, I want to do whatever makes the Raiders better. You know what I'm saying? And this move definitely makes the Raiders better. You guys all know me. I'm a big Aiden O'Connell fan. I don't think he gives us the best opportunity to win right now, but I still like Aiden. But I definitely will go out and say 100% that Geno Smith is definitely a better quarterback than Aiden. We've all heard all the rumblings leading up into the draft, into free agency, that Tom Brady does not want to rock a rookie quarterback. And at least like start a rookie quarterback, right? He wants to get like a veteran and let a young quarterback sit, right? Now, the addition of Geno Smith now allows the Raiders to take best player available at 6. If we didn't acquire Geno Smith for said third-round pick, which I'm not sure exactly what it is, what third-round pick it is. I don't know if it's the one we acquired from the Jets for Davante Adams or if it's ours. But at the end of the day, how I look at that is that we pretty much dumped the Davante Adams contract, got rid of Davante Adams, and picked up Geno Smith. That's how I look at it, right? And everybody has their opinion on players, right? But at the end of the day, we all know we needed a quarterback. And the way that Davante Adams been, you know, lately, I would dump that Davante Adams $40 million contract for Geno Smith in a fucking heartbeat, especially somebody like us who don't even have a fucking quarterback. So I like the move. You know, it's hard to get a starting quarterback in the National Football League, at least a starting caliber quarterback. And with Geno Smith, you get that. You get a starting caliber quarterback that is familiar with what Pete Carroll wants to do. Great locker room guy. Like, if you guys pay any attention to the Seahawks or whatever, but from what I've always heard is that Geno Smith is a great locker room guy. His teammates love him and his teammates play hard for him. So, you know, at the end of the day, guys, I'm all about getting better. I know there's people that are concerned about the contract or whatever. Me personally, I'm not too concerned about the contract. Because the re-signing of Maxx Crosby that we will get into later, the majority of that is guaranteed money, which means Maxx Crosby's contract doesn't go against our books, and we still have almost $100 million in cap. Geno Smith made $25 million last year for Seattle. I don't think he's going to be one of them quarterbacks that are going to be wanting $40 million. I see a lot of people are concerned about that. I just don't think that's his market. You know, everybody says, well, you know, quarterbacks get paid off quarterback market. I agree to that, but elite quarterbacks. Geno Smith isn't an elite quarterback. Geno Smith is at the twilight of his career, and I couldn't see Geno Smith getting paid more than what Derek Carr got paid, which I believe is like $33 million a year. And I'll take Geno Smith as a stopgap quarterback for 30-something million, as long as it's not a 40, which I highly doubt he's going to get that. Honestly, don't think he'll get more than 30. And honestly, he's in the last year of his contract right now. So in all honesty, the Raiders don't have to give him another contract. He's still under contract for one more season, which is this year at $25 million. So Geno Smith at $25 million, that's a fucking steal, dude. Especially when we have like $90 million, almost $100 million, and we have a lot of our own guys we need to bring back. Fuck that, dude. I'd rather pay him 20-something million or whatever, bro, before I go out there and give Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers or one of these other fucking old scrub quarterbacks, dude. I know Sam Darnold ain't old, but I'm just saying, like, he's a scrub quarterback, right? So old Aaron Rodgers, scrub quarterback, Sam Darnold. I'm not into giving those dudes $40+ million a year, bro. I'm not. The Raiders are sitting pretty right now. I'm excited for it. Best quarterback we've had since Derek. I know that ain't saying shit, because if you look at all the quarterbacks we've had since Derek, from Aiden to Jimmy to Minshew to Hoyer to fucking, you know, insert name here, Geno's better than all those guys. So I'm not sure where everybody's at. I'm sure the link works because I double checked the link before I started the show. I guess everybody's just MIA. Hopefully we'll get some people in here soon. Let me just double check this link. I know I double checked it earlier, but let me just double check it again. Make sure the link is working. Give a quick shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the 30 people watching. You guys do your boy a favor. Go hit that like button one time for your boy RaiderBen. Yeah, see the link works because there's my backup channel right there. All right.
ONT6 Soldier donated $5 through Super Chat. F. Dustin Ozzy Cortez Saltman 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 F. Dustin Ozzy.
My boy Aunt Six with the fuck Dustin Ozzy Cortez and Sultan $5 super appreciate you Aunt Six. Hopefully you're doing well, my boy. Robert Pena, always a pleasure, boy. Hopefully you're doing well. John Leon in the building. Salud. Is that like a corpse or something, John Leon? Is that like a dead body? That's a very interesting picture you got right there, John Leon. What up with you, Anthony Provincial? I agree. What up with you, Raider Knight? We'll go over his stats here in a little bit. I don't really follow Seattle, but I know he's better than Aiden. And I know he's better than fucking whole old buddy that we got on our fucking team. Bradley, fucking Connor Bradley, whatever the fuck, you guys know the fuck I'm talking about. The dude, Gus Bradley's son, Connor Bradley or some shit. My boy Charm, Bruce Willis. Always a pleasure, man. Raider Pete. All eyes, what's good with you, gang? Saludos. Bruce Willis said he'd rather give 40 to 45 million to Darnold. Hell nah. Oh, he said if Geno gets paid 40. Hell nah. Geno's not getting paid 40. Shit's out. What up, Jason? He said way better than overspending on A-Rod. And I agree, bro. I agreed up. 100% Jason Marshall. That comment right there, bro. And he's a good locker room dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Great locker room guy. Always a pleasure. Raider 77. What's good with you, gang? Bruce Willis says Genty at 6. I can rock with that, especially because we got Geno now. And like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it, but I'll reiterate it in case I did. The Raiders are now in position to where we don't have to go out there and reach for a quarterback, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the concern, right? When you don't have a quarterback in the building, at least a quarterback that you know, a quarterback that you know can win games in the National Football League, which is not easy. It's not easy to win football games in the NFL. But when you get yourself a quarterback in the locker room that you know can win, and you kind of have some decent receiving threats around him, people are so concerned about the Raiders not having a number one wide receiver. Oh, there's one of our guys right there. What's good with you, Black? Saludos. A lot of people are worried like, oh, we don't have a number one receiver. We don't have a number one receiver. I'll say the same thing, guys, that I told you guys when we had Darren Waller. And if you guys have been following my channel for that long, you guys will understand what I'm saying. Brock Bowers is our wide receiver 1. And what I mean by that is he's not a wide receiver, but he is going to get the majority of the passes thrown his way unless we get some fucking superstar. And I think even if we get a superstar, dude, Brock Bowers is still going to get the majority of his passes thrown his way, which to me, that's your wide receiver 1. Who gets the highest volume of targets, who is the biggest receiving threat on your team. And I still think, you know, even if we got DK, I still believe that fucking Brock Bowers would get a shit ton of targets. And once again, where I was going at with this is that now the Raiders can take BPA and who I believe is the best player on the board. If all the defensive players are gone, right? And you know, this is Abdul Carter, Mason Graham. I'm not a big fan of the corner. I like him, but I would take Genty over that corner. You know what I'm saying? That allows the Raiders to go out there and take Genty at 6, bro. So if you can get Genty at 6, you bring him, you add him to Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers. You go out there and try to get you maybe a low-budget free agent receiver, somebody to play opposite. The Raiders are going to be in good shape. But what's good with you, Black? We was talking how you feeling about Geno Smith, gang?
You know,
what up, Sal?
My schedule. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you. What up, Chaos? I'm just giving shout-outs to the chat. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my schedule is hella weird. So, like, I'm up from, like, 12 a.m. to, like, I don't know, 8, 9 a.m. and then I go to sleep. And so for the past couple signings, I've been asleep and I woke up to somebody like, you hear about this? You hear about the coach? You hear about this? So the thing about what Geno Smith is, Hot Beavers hit me and was like, hey, we got a quarterback. So I'm like, who? You know, drum roll, who? and he like Geno Smith, and I'm like, oh shit, Geno Smith. I mean, like, it's not a bad signing. It's just not a sexy signing. You know what I'm saying? It's not sexy. So it's not that I think he's competent, but it tells me that there's room for somebody to come in and take that spot too, though, because I don't know if Geno Smith is a quarterback. Is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
No, I can agree with you on that point neither. I don't know if he's a Super Bowl quarterback neither, but let's be real. Like, we're not. Do any of us think the Raiders are gonna go to the Super Bowl this year? Like, that's not right now. I think the Raiders understand that they got to get somebody in there that can compete, guys. And you guys know, I'm a huge Aiden fan, bro. I've been rocking with Aiden. You feel me? Since he's got a chance to actually go out there and play, right? And he went out there and won some games for us, right? But at the end of the day, bro, you gotta get better, dude. You gotta get better at every single position, bro. And in all honesty, dog, and I don't think this is gonna come to a surprise to anyone, especially Aiden O'Connell, guys like myself. Geno Smith is gonna give the Raiders a better chance to win right now than Aiden O'Connell is. What the Raiders are doing right now, the Raiders are kind of making moves to where we want to win right now. Do you want to win now, or do you want to build, this little fucking bridge to kind of get you to where you're trying to get in a few years? I think not only does Pete Carroll want to build for the future, but he's trying to build for right now, dude. We got a super chat coming in. My boy J-Ro, saludos.
J-Ro donated $5 through super chat. They said Seattle opened up trade talks with DK and Geno for Maxx. Raiders told them hell nah.
Oh, hell no. I'm not giving him fucking Maxx Crosby for DK and Geno Smith. Fuck no. Appreciate you with the super chat. He said Seattle opened up trade talks with DK and Geno for Maxx. Raiders told him hell no. That's dumb, bro. That's hella dumb. And I fuck with DK, bro. And he's a little, we'll talk more about him later. We'll keep talking about Geno. He's a little weird and shit. But, like, one thing that I like about him, bro, is he has that little binky mouthpiece, dog. And that shit is so funny, bro. He wears that binky mouthpiece, dog. That mouth guard with the binky on it, bro. That shit is fucking comedy, dog. DK is one of them dudes that's kind of built for Vegas, bro. Anyways, what was you saying, Black? I just had the super chat coming in. It talks over you, so I didn't want you to waste your breath.
No, it's all good. I think I was just saying that I wasn't saying that he's going to take us to the Super Bowl right now. I was just saying, like, in the event that we happen to get good and we catch fire, would we be able to anticipate or expect that we have a good chance at it? I think he may be a good gap quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We know what he brings to the table. We know what his ceiling is, and we know what his basement is. So, I think he's a good gap quarterback. It's a good signing. Like I said, it's just not sexy, but it don't have to be sexy. You feel me? So, because if we are going to draft a quarterback in the draft, it makes sense, and then it opens us up to maybe we get Genty. Maybe if Shador's dropped to 6, we grab 6. If not, it's not the biggest of deals because we at least have a quarterback.
Yeah, the Raiders, in all honesty, we are in a position now to where if the Raiders want to trade back from 6 and get more draft stock, we can, bro. We can now. As much as I don't want to do that because I think the Raiders, the reason why I don't want to trade back, guys, and I get it, you get more draft picks, whatever. We are, I think, maybe the Jaguars. I'm trying to think of teams off the top of my head. The Jaguars, maybe the Colts. Like, there's a couple teams that have very little elite NFL talent. And what I mean by elite NFL talent is like dudes that are consistent game fucking playmakers week in and week out for the team, bro. Like, a lot of these playoff teams, bro, and these teams that are good, they have multiple fucking dogs, playmakers, bro. Like, we need more of that, bro. And unless we can find a way, you know what I'm saying, and Pete Carroll pulls, because that GM in Seattle, dude, he was good for finding guys later in the draft that were elite guys. That's how the majority of the Legion of Boom was built. But I want to stay there because I think we need elite talent, bro. And I think if a player like Judkins is there, Judkins, in my opinion, he's not going to make it past 10. I feel like if he makes it past us, maybe around 8 or something, Dallas is going to trade up and they're going to take Ashton Genty, bro. You guys know Dallas loves running backs, dude. You know, like they've had a bell cow running back as long as I can remember watching Dallas, dude. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna want him, bro. So if the Raiders don't take him, he slips, he gets around 8 to 10. I could definitely see Dallas trading up from 12 and snatching him up. And you know, I'm not too concerned about having a true wide receiver 1. Like I said earlier, I think Brock Bowers is wide receiver 1, but I'm talking about like just a wide receiver 1, a guy that's going to consistently play out outside the numbers, opposite Jacoby Myers. I'm not too worried about that. If we can get a player like Genty, bro, because if you add Genty, bro, if we have a running game, you get Genty, Brock Bowers, Geno Smith, motherfucking Jacoby Myers. Like, I'm liking that, bro. Add a little something to it and just be able to run the football, dude. We could just be a run-heavy team, play action, feed the fucking ball to motherfucking Brock Bowers, have Trey Tucker be your deep ball guy, because in my opinion, that's why I thought he'd be our biggest key to our success this last year was Trey Tucker, because we have to have somebody that can stretch the field. Minshew never had the arm to do it, but I like that, bro. I like that lineup, dog. Genty, in my opinion, is the go-to at 6 now. Like, it has to be, dog.
This nigga say he didn't have the arm to get it to him. Stop it.
What happened?
But I said he said he didn't have the arm to get it to him, but stop it. But the thing
bro,
about,
how many times did Minshew underthrow fucking deep balls to fucking
hell nah, bro, we not about to do this.
What up, we the people? We are about to do this.
We're not about to do that. But what I'm gonna say about Trey Tucker though is this: yeah, he can stretch the field. It's just that he's just not a big target, and so that kind of make it weird in the sense that you got to dial those plays up. Versus if you just run him out, that the defense gonna roll or cover to him. I think he could be a great asset. I just think we do need another solid receiver, but I don't think that's a need. That's an emergency need, because the receiver core wasn't like the kryptonite of our offense.
Exactly, because we had Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers both over 1,000 yards, bro. Like, that's 2,000 1,000-yard receivers on an offense, bro. That's legitimate. And then you add a 1,000+ yard running back to that, bro. You get 1,000-yard running back, 2,000-yard wide receivers, or one wide receiver, one tight end, bro. That's a good fucking offense, bro. And mind you, dog, we just got Chip Kelly, who had 2,000-yard receivers and 2,000-yard running backs.
Yeah, so that's a blueprint for what they're trying to do, and you know, it's solid. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I think,
man, hit the like button for your boy RaiderBen, man. Appreciate y'all. Saludos.
I just think that Geno Smith plays to the level of his competition, or plays to the level of the team. Like, he doesn't make the team. It's like he don't put the team on his back. You don't expect him to put the team on his back. And that's my only thing about him.
30-30. Saludos.
So I'm 60-40 with Geno Smith. It's probably closer to 55-45, but I'm gonna give him 60-40 because, you know, he got experience. I mean, I don't expect him to be rattled.
Yeah, like I said, bro, I just feel like in this division, you have to look at it from the bigger picture, ladies and gentlemen. In this division, unless you have like an elite quarterback, say we go out there and we draft a quarterback, but he was an elite guy, right? Like, say last year, say we had Jaden or one of these guys, right? And we went to the AFC West with that, right? We'd have a better shot, bro. I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna come in this division. And I'm not a big fan of Bo Nix, but he's so right now he's a winner and he's swept us, right? You're not gonna come in this division with no super like young rookie type quarterback. At least these guys that are in this draft, dude, it's just like prison food, dude. It was like my analogy of Pete Carroll, right? The reason I liked Ben Johnson, but he would have been like a prisoner going to prison for the first time, and you got a bunch of seasoned fucking criminals around you, and they're just looking at you, bro, licking their lips, bro, gonna extort you, you feel me, no diddy, you feel me, probably take you in the shower, own your shit, you know what I'm saying, type shit, right? You get Pete Carroll coming in that motherfucking prison, he's a seasoned prisoner too, bro, ain't nobody about to fuck with him, you know what I'm saying, and that's the same shit I have for these quarterbacks, bro. Like, Shador would come in this bitch, bro, and this division would be licking their motherfucking lips, bro, at motherfucking Shador Sanders, bro. At least at Geno Smith, bro, he might not be great, but they're like, oh, man, you feel me? Like, he's Bro, the Seattle Seahawks was competing in the NFC West, which is a damn good division, probably the second best division of ours. Bro, they got the Rams, the Niners, and them in that motherfucker, and the Cardinals.
All them niggas was garbage. All them teams was garbage last year. The Niners was garbage. The Cardinals was garbage.
The whole division had a downfall. I agree.
Yeah,
you
but
can't take nothing from him though. How many times did he take Seattle to the playoffs? Like twice?
No.
Once or twice at least?
No, I think you might be misreading me when I'm talking about Geno, because he did go in the division where Seattle was in the basement and he made them perennial playoff contenders, if not a team. So I'm not shitting on Geno like that. All I'm saying is when we say things, when you say things like he would do better than Shedeur, I only give pushback on that because I think Shedeur's potential and ceiling is higher than Geno Smith.
Well, no shit. Geno Smith's 30-something years old.
No. What I mean is Shedeur is going to accomplish more in the league than Geno Smith will accomplish in the league. That's what I'm saying. I think I think he's a better quarterback overall, but not that far though. It's not night and day, but I think Shedeur could do what Geno Smith is about to come in and do. I just don't want to have to put him in as soon as we get him, because he definitely needs somebody to give him some tutelage, because I think he just needs to get a little bigger, or maybe pause and maybe, get NFL ready. That's all. It's not the talent. It's not the arm strength. It's not all of that. It's just his ability to not get hurt from getting hit.
Yeah, I just look at it like this. Like, I have really no hate towards Shedeur. I'm not a huge fan of Shedeur Sanders. I just feel like he's one of them guys that's like potential boom, but there's a huge bust logo on him, dude. Like, he has more. He's going to come into the NFL, dude. If he was to get drafted to the Raiders, right? Say Shedeur comes to the Raiders, right? He's going to have so much of the fucking spotlight on him, dude. And the NFL and the media, they love to shit on us every time they get, bruh. So as soon as Shedeur makes one fucking mistake, he's going to get fucking criticized till the fucking cows come home. He's going to get talked about, Jamarcus Russell comparisons. And I just don't know if he has the mental makeup to... That's one of my biggest concerns with Shedeur, bro. Does he have the mental makeup to be an NFL quarterback, bro?
Yes. Look, just trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. I don't even ask niggas to trust me on stuff, but trust me on this one. He does. He does. That's not I don't think that should be your main concern when it comes to Shedeur. Like, I don't think that should be on
my main concern. It's just one of my concerns.
Okay. I don't think it's a major concern. Let me say that. I don't think it's a major concern. I don't like how he's acting in this combine thing. Like, I understand why he's doing it, because he can only get himself drafted later by going and do these things. But it's like cap to the back. That shows a little bit of immaturity. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like young kid. You're going to be the leader of grown men. I'm talking about grown men that's paying other grown people bills. So you can't be flippant with that position as the quarterback, because you want to be able to have your team follow you. Just like the reason why the Commanders were so good was because Jaden Daniels was such a good leader, and he didn't seem like he was childish, and so the team bought into what he does.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you off. Bro, the Raiders getting rid of bitch-ass Andre James. Let's go. Thank God, bro. Get rid of his bitch-ass, sorry, old pancake. You guys remember the clip where him and Alex Leatherwood was playing patty cake, dog, instead of blocking other people, bro? Woo! Woo! That means Jackson Powers Johnson about to be the new fucking center. Hey, fuck you, Andre James. You're up in there in the same motherfucking category as Eric Harris, Dallin Levitt. I hate your motherfucking ass, bro. You are fucking terrible, dog. I would have rather seen Mikey Rader's old sick, fat, overweight, motherfucking diabetes ass back there at center before motherfucking Andre James got one more motherfucking snap, boy. Woo! Woo! Let's fucking go, boy. I'm fucking juiced. Let's fucking rock, man. Bro, we get a bunch of great news, bro. We got rid of bitch-ass Andre James. The Raiders getting motherfucking Geno Smith. Maxx Crosby, as for the Raiders as an organization, good move for them. I'm not a fan of it. We'll talk about that later. We always want to save the best for last. But, bruh, how we feeling about that, though, Black? Did you know about that?
Bro, I was on the tardy bus with Geno. You know damn well I didn't know about that.
It says the Raiders plan to release Andre James at the start of the new league year, which is on Monday.
So this is how I feel about that. So we went and got this lineman from Cincinnati.
Hold on, Black. I'm sorry. I cut you off. I'll try not to do this. I had to address this comment because I really think this is very important. Jason Marshall, because the critic that I am of Tyree Wilson, he said, I'm predicting Pete is going to break out Tyree Wilson that will make our top 5. Jason Marshall said this before, but I'll say it again. If Tyree Wilson gets 10 sacks, I'll put dirty socks in my mouth. But anyways, go ahead with your take on Andre James. I'm sorry, Black.
Yeah, we went and grabbed a guard, I believe, from
Alex Kappa from the Bengals.
From Cincinnati. So I'm always happy whenever I say a Bay Area or a Northern Californian play for the Raiders, because I always think that might have been their team growing up. I have a few questions about him. I didn't know. To me, it was the writing on the wall that Andre James was about to get moved, right? And I was hoping that we didn't, for the simple fact that we might need the depth. But, I mean, I guess if Pete Carroll saw what you guys seen in him and it's just not worth it, because Andre James might not be willing to move to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Because he might really feel a way because a rookie came in and took his job. So, and if that is the case, he does need to go, because we need to shore up this O-line the best way we can.
Yeah, and I look at it like this, bro. Like, at first, I was super high on the Alex Kappa signing. But once I looked into it, and over the last couple of years, bro, he hasn't played very well. But the reason why I thought it was a good signing, and I mean, who knows? He might be a death guy. The Raiders got him at, what, $2.5 million guaranteed money, so it's not like we're giving him a lot of money. But where I'm getting at is when he played in Tampa with John Spytek, he was the starting guard for the Buccaneers with Tom Brady that won the Super Bowl. He was a good guard in Tampa. Can the Raiders find a way to get that back out of him? You know what I'm saying? The Raiders also, I think we brought back Jordan Meredith. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. I have to tell you his stats later, dude, but Jordan Meredith, I think he went under the radar from a lot of Raider fans, including myself, dude. We'll look at his numbers later, bro, but like, that dude played extremely well. I think he had like over 200 or 300 pass block reps or something like that, dude. He only gave up like 2 pressures, no sacks, like had a solid run grade, Jordan Meredith. So I like that, bro. I think wasn't it you, Black? We were both talking about how your center is like the heart of your offensive line. So like if you have some bitch ass center, he gonna let your whole offensive line gonna have the identity of some bitches type shit, right? That was you, right?
Yep, absolutely. Shoot, if your center is a punk, your line is a punk.
Yep.
Like straight up. Like the center is the quarterback of the O-line, and he is the one that sets the standard. And that's why when JPJ came in, our O-line changed. It changed. I'm sorry. It just changed. So he gave us that aggressiveness. Some people thought it was a little too aggressive, but when you first coming in, the dog gonna run all over the yard at first. You know what I'm saying? And I like that because he was creating the boundary. And I think JPJ did good. And I think that gives our O-line a attitude, because that's what you need. It's an attitude. And Andre James, I don't think he had the attitude. And that probably was his downfall as well, because, you know, it's hard to, I mean, if a D-line think that they can punk the O-line, that's a long night for the quarterback and the running back.
Well, I mean, Tom Brady said himself, bro, what's the worst pressure you can get on a quarterback, dude, which is right in the quarterback's face, dog. It's like if your center is getting put back on his ass, what's up, babe, love you. If your center is constantly getting put back on his ass every single time, bro, the quarterback has no ability to step up in the pocket. That allows the outside pass rushers to just absolutely feast on your quarterback. I as much as Colton Miller, you know, on his own, he played bad at times, right? He did. I thought he got a little bit better towards the middle of the year. Then at the end of the year, he kind of finished off strong. But I think a lot of Colton Miller's sacks, dude, a lot of them, bro, I don't know. I won't say a number on it, but I feel like a good amount of those sacks probably was because Andre James was getting blown up so bad to where, like, the quarterback couldn't step up. That he was the Parham was, Andre James was putting the quarterback right into the laps of these outside pass rushers. You know what I mean? And that's tough, dude. So look, bro, that's
a good point. That's a very good point, because if you can't step up in the pocket, you got to stand there, and it allows the edge rusher to get around the corner. Because even if the edge rusher get around the tackle, he could ride him around the quarterback if the quarterback has the ability to step up, even a half a step or a full step. So I could see that was a little bit part of his problem. Also, part of his problem was he coming back from an injury. So once you coming back from an injury, that following year, you're going to get better progressively as the year come on. So if he play like he did this year, next year, that's a problem. But I think he's just getting off the injury, and he should return back to form this coming season, especially with the new regime coming in.
And RaiderBen makes a great point right here with this comment. He says he's going to assume that the former O-line coach was trash and hurt our offensive line stock. And I will agree with that to a point, RaiderBen, because I believe it was Joe Philbin who came in at the end of the year and took over as the full-time offensive line coach after they had fired Betsy. And you've seen how much better our offensive line played. You know what I mean? I think a lot of our offensive line this year, guys, is going to come down to what scheme we're going to run. Notoriously, Chip Kelly is known for running a zone blocking scheme. I don't like Parham in a zone blocking scheme. I like Parham. I've always been a fan of Parham, but I feel like he's one of those guys, if he's not pushing you forward, because he's undersized, if he's not just going forward, he tends to get tossed around a little bit. I just don't know. I think Colton Miller will be solid in a zone blocking scheme. I think Jackson Powers is one of them guys that he can play anywhere. I gotta see more of DJ Glaze. The majority of the time last year we ran a lot of zone. DJ Glaze played pretty well. So, you know, it's all gonna come down to these two guard positions, guys. I mean, I'm a fan of Meredith, bro. I would rock with Meredith if we can't get an upgrade, guys. And like I said, I'm all about upgrading at every single position on the football field. But if there's no upgrades, dude, I would rock with Meredith at one guard and rock with Parham at your other guard if there's no viable upgrades. If the Raiders don't go out there and draft a guy that you know, comes into, you know, rookie camps and OTAs and shit and lights it up, just rock with those guys. The reason why I say that is because offensive line continuity is a fucking huge thing, dude. Like, you don't have to have elite players at every single position on your offensive line. You have to have a few solid guys. I feel like you have to have that one dog, you know what I'm saying, that Jackson Powers type guy. And as long as all these guys are on the same fucking wavelength, these guys are cohesive with one another. I mean, that's why you see offensive linemen, bro. You hear about them, they go out on dinners and all this shit, bro. That's just like a brotherhood, dog. So that's why I wouldn't be mad with Meredith and Parham if there's no other viable upgrades, because if you do that, Colton knows Meredith, Jackson Powers Johnson knows Meredith, Jackson Powers knows fucking Dylan Parham. You get what I'm saying? Like, everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows, all right, you lack at this. All right, bro. You feel me? You like this? All right, bro. You kind of all get what I'm saying, right? That's the point I'm trying. You don't have to have elite players at every single part of your offensive line. And I think the one good thing where we're at right now is that continuity is fucking everything, dude. And this offensive line with Colton Miller, Meredith, Dylan Parham, Jackson Powers Johnson, DJ Glaze, and I know there's a couple other guys in there that we could talk about. A lot of these guys have been playing with each other, dude. Paul's No Diddy for at least 2, 3, 4 seasons, bro. So these guys know each other, bro. And that's what you want, bro. That's what you want, bro. Here, go ahead and take it over real quick, Black. I'm going to take a piss. Let the people know what you feel about the offensive line. I'll be listening to you.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that. Like, cohesiveness on the O-line is important. Because it starts in the trenches. So anytime you can get players that already kind of like like each other, already played with each other before, maybe in college, then you have the ability to kind of get that learning curve of the line to move faster, because that's what the issue was with our team last year is we were trying to find the right fit, the right pick. We had a center that was a veteran. Then we had a rookie coming in. Then you put him in. Then you take him out. And then you got a veteran that's healing from an injury the year before. And he's a left tackle. So, I mean, all those things are things that we needed to address. Everybody was complaining about the O-line. We had so many holes in the boat. The O-line was one of them. And so the Raiders are doing the right thing right now. They're addressing needs. And whether they pan out, that's another thing. And I'm not looking at the result as much as I'm looking at the process. And I think we're doing okay with the process. And the O-line, we can't win games. We can't get a running back that can't hit the hole if we don't have any holes. So I like what we're doing right there. And Andre James, I'm sorry, I guess the nation has spoken when it comes to him. I've always been in the state of mind that, you know, I wasn't in love with him, but I knew that people were being hypercritical of him because when he was getting beat, he was getting blown off the ball, like, yeah, for real. He was getting blown off the ball, like, obviously.
So second and goal, dude, he was getting put on his ass, bro. Like, we were going backwards.
That's how good look. Yeah. So I like what they're doing.
Yeah, I definitely think the Raiders are getting better, bro. We're getting better. You know what I mean? And that's all we can do. Because right now we're not gonna turn it around from being, you know what I'm saying, last to first in one season. But what we can do is we can continuously get better. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we're doing right now. We're getting better. And that's, like I said, at the end of the day, that's all we can hope for as Raider fans. So as you guys know, or if you didn't know, as of last week, the last 15 to 20 minutes of every hour is going to be a chat portion of the show. So if you have any questions for me or Black that you would like us to address, you have the next 20 minutes to do so, as this is going to be your moment to get your voice heard on the Just Win Baby podcast. I already seen one question in the chat by my boy Raider Room right here, and he said, I can see the team going at offensive line or running back in the first round after the Geno trade. What do you think? How do you feel about it? I mean, I don't know about any of these offensive linemen. I'm going to be real. I haven't looked at any of the linemen, but I did say earlier I think Genty would be the guy.
Shit, I guess you can't go wrong if you pick Genty. I mean, like, you can't go wrong there. That's like a Brock Bowers pick, except for maybe not as electric, but it's like a Brock Bowers pick. If he there and you pick him up, that's going to be a great signing for you. As far as the O-line, I don't think we're going to go O-line at 6. Geno Smith, see, this is the thing. I don't think Geno Smith is a signing where we got to ignore the plan at quarterback or we kick it down the road at quarterback. It was a good signing for the simple fact that now we don't have to panic for a quarterback. We don't have to make irrational moves or emotional moves to get a quarterback. Like, we don't have to move up in the draft if we don't really need to now, because if Shedeur doesn't fall at 6, then it's not the end of the world because we do have a proven veteran quarterback, which we needed. Because that was one of the things I said earlier. I don't care what we do. We need a veteran quarterback. Everybody was talking about they don't want to get a free agent quarterback, but we needed a veteran quarterback to stabilize that position. So we do have that. We're not as desperate. It gives us more leverage. It gives us more options. And now we're not desperate. We're not making irrational, emotional, desperate moves. So we all right. We cool. But I don't think we should go O-line. And I don't know if we should go Genty. It just depends on if Shedeur is there. If Shedeur is there, I say go Shedeur 100%. If Genty is there and Shedeur not there, I wouldn't be mad at all getting Genty. Like that's like correcting our running back room in one draft pick. And that's crazy to say, but that's what the reality of it will be.
I look at it like this, bro. We said, and like I said, I don't want to be Mr. I told you so. I've never been like that, but I have been over, I'd say, maybe the last few months because I took so much shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? From, you know, rooting for Josh, right? And you know how many Raider fans were on my channel, dude, trying to tell me that we could replace Josh with Zamir White? You know what I'm saying? So I told everybody on this channel, we told everybody A lot of people in my chat agreed with me. Shout out to my boy Anthony Provencio. He's definitely a guy that was on the Zamir White train. But we told everybody, dude, we would have the worst running game in the NFL. We called it right here on this show in the offseason. I'm a Georgia fan, bro. And the first snap I seen Zamir White taking the National Football League, dude, he tried to fucking get a piggyback ride by one of his offensive linemen when there was a hole right next to him. I knew he wasn't going to be shit at the NFL level. So when we decided to go into the NFL season, releasing Josh Jacobs and letting him walk, and we chose to rock with Zamir White, who's never proven anything. People fell in love for the final 4 games at the end of the season when some of them teams we were playing were benching some of their starters. You know what I'm saying? And we played a bunch of backup quarterbacks, right? And in all honesty, our offensive line started to get it together a little bit at the end of that season when Zamir White had 4 100-plus yard rushing games, right? So we chose to run with him. And not only him, but we brought in a veteran, Alexander Madison from the Vikings, who never had more than 800 yards rushing in 16. This is when there was 16 games. Even in a 16 and a 17 game season, Alexander Madison never ran for more than 800 yards. It's like, okay, cool. We're gonna place Josh Jacobs with this dude who never did shit, Zamir White, a dude that's never gotten more than 800 yards rushing in the NFL. We're gonna, we obviously had Amir Abdullah, who hasn't really, been. He's always been just a gadget type running back. You know what I'm saying? Like he's never
third down back.
Course. Yeah, third
down
back.
There
back. You go. Exactly. So I was like, so we expect to replace Josh Jacobs with Zamir White, Alexander Madison, Amir Abdullah. We brought in Dylan Labe. Motherfucker had 2 carries and 2 fumbles. And we thought that even with them 4 fucking running backs and Sincere McCormick, like I like what I saw out of Sincere McCormick, but still, even all those guys still couldn't produce what Josh Jacobs produced alone, bro. That's why I feel like, dude, we need a running game, bro. At the end of the day, if you look at these teams that were at the end of the fucking game, the main team, the team that won the Super Bowl, the fucking Philadelphia Eagles, bro, Saquon. Motherfucking, they try to say running backs weren't shit. Saquon, Jacobs, and Henry all left their respective teams and went on to have fucking like the top running backs in the NFL, bro. The NFL is still about controlling the fucking clock and playing defense, bro. Josh Jacobs was that back, dude. Motherfuckers were like, oh, he gets injured. Motherfucking Josh Jacobs a lot of running backs struggle to get 1,000 yards in 16, 17 games. Josh Jacobs would be fucking injured for 5 or 6 games and still get 1,000 yards, bro. You feel me? And then when it was all said and done, when Josh Jacobs was finally able to stay healthy and everything was working right, bro, he was the league leading running back, bro. My highest watch play-by-play ever, dude, was when I was calling the play-by-play versus the Seahawks and Josh Jacobs had the walk-off touchdown, bro. I had like 400 people watching me call that game on YouTube, dog. Like, bro, I couldn't, bro, it breaks my heart we released Josh Jacobs. And we got to get somebody in here, bro, and that's why I want Genty, bro. I think Genty can be our Josh Jacobs, bro, but better. I feel like Genty's that.
See, damn, I hate when you do that. I hate when you do that.
What up, John Raider? Hey, John Raider did say, hey, Black, to go off what you said earlier, John Raider did say news from Jordan Schultz is Tom Brady hasn't changed his mind on drafting a quarterback at 6 or moving up if Sanders falls to 6. So he's pretty much saying that they may still be in on drafting Shador at 6 and letting him sit behind Geno for a year.
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect.
Right they're still taking Shador. Unfortunately, true. Best defensive player at 6 elevates the Raiders instantly, but he does believe that they're going to draft Shador and just let him sit behind Geno. I could see it.
That'd be
do the
perfect.
Raiders want to win now, or do the Raiders want to win down the road? That's really going to be the question. Because I mean, we might be able to win right now with Geno.
You can do both. You can do both, right? You can do both. That's ideal. That's ideal to me. That you can do both. You could really compete right now while you have a competitive young YN on the bench ready to play. So that's fine. So the thing about the running back situation, this is what I don't like about Raider fans, well, the half of Raider fans that don't really understand the game, I guess, for a lack of a better phrase, is anytime you go into a season with, because the first thing I said about our running back room, I was like, how are we going into the season with 2 backup running backs? Like, we had 2 backup running backs. Like, that was a recipe for disaster anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we gave up Josh Jacobs to do that. So that would only work in its best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? And so I knew that was an issue off the rip, off the dribble, because now look at us. We had the 32nd, 31st running back room. I mean, like, come on, man. One running back,
bro. We had 30. Was it the 31st? Don't give him the bit. It was the 32nd. It wasn't close. We were by far the worst running back room in the National Football League.
Okay,
don't even put 31 in there. Don't even put 31 and 11 twelfths in that motherfucker, dog. It was 32.
It's 32.
You might as well put 32 and 14th, 16th. That's how bad it was, goddammit.
Hey, so with that being said, then we can solve all that with one draft pick, and that's with Genty. And I can see us picking Genty because I think that we're going to be a run dominant team for real. We're going to give the look of a pass offense, but we're going to be a run team, and that's what Pete Carroll wants too, I believe.
Yeah,
so
that's the reason why he went and got Marshawn Lynch, bro, from Buffalo, dog. He wants to be that team, bro. He wants to be that team. Unfortunately, Seattle, you know, when he was there, they were never really in position to get, you know, like, for example, if they were in position to get Josh Jacobs when we got Josh Jacobs that year, I bet you they would have took him. You know what I'm saying? Like Pete Carroll, if he sees a motherfucking running back that's like Marshawn Lynch, like, oh, this guy could be him, he's gonna take him, dog. Bro, Pete Carroll loves his fucking running backs, bro. And shout out to the 40. We only got 20 likes in this motherfucking gang. So if you go hit the like button for your boy RaiderBen. Let's get us up to 30 likes. We 8 away from 30. You feel me? If one of my mods can post Black's link in the chat, pause, no Diddy. You feel me? If y'all can't find it, I'll post it. You feel me?
It's Business Decision Sports. BIZNESS. Decision Sports.
Oh, so you know how to spell. Okay, for sure.
Town business.
Hey, so we still rolling. We still got, what, another 10 minutes of chat interaction, man. What is it? What would Josh say? He said, Ben, thoughts on AOC saying Tom Brady, both of them are watching film together. I like that, bro. Like I said, I like AOC. You feel me? A lot of my true love for AOC just comes because he's our quarterback, dude.
Bro, don't do that.
No, bro. How many fucking quarterbacks have we drafted, Black, since 2002 that we drafted, bro? You know what I'm saying?
None.
We had what? Jamarcus, obviously. Well, I think Matt McGloin was undrafted, wasn't he? If not, he was like a late round pick. Connor Cook. Who was that other cocksucking quarterback we drafted that wasn't shit? They released him after like 1 year. I can't think of his name.
Walters, I think we had. Walters weak ass.
Did we draft Andrew Walter?
Yeah, I think so, man.
But I'm just saying, like, and then fucking like Derek Carr, and then like Terrell Pryor. Like, I fucked with Terrell Pryor, dog. I've always rooted for our guys, bro. And because I like, at the end of the day, guys, you win in the NFL by drafting well, dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like our homegrown talent so much. It's because that's how you win in the National Football League, is the players that you draft, not free agents, none of that shit. Dudes that are your guys, bro. You feel me? And I always rock with Raiders, bro. You feel me? Like, hey, and Raider Room, talk that shit, bro. O'Connell had 3 head coaches and 5 offensive coordinators in 3 seasons. And I'm glad you brought that up, Raider Room, because a lot of people like to kind of shit on Parham, right? Parham was a first-team rookie all-pro, wherever it is, first-team all-rookie as a rookie, right? Parham has had 4 different offensive line coaches, 5 different offensive line coaches, 2, 3 different head coaches. Like, Parham hasn't really had a chance. That's why I try to say, bro, continuity is everything. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, that's why you can't fire AP, because you can't keep firing head coaches." But at the end of the day, that's only to a point. But you got to get the right guy first. You got to get the guy that's right for the job. And now I feel like in a lot of positions, the Raiders got the right guy for the job, dude. We got the right guy for the job. Now this is where the continuity begins. You keep these dudes locked in.
I don't like my pizza with anchovies. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Aiden O'Connell was not him. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think any of us said
understand.
he was him. I just think he's better than Minshew.
That's fine. He can go too. Shit.
Minshew's actually getting released. It's already been announced.
That's cool. But take AOC with him.
I mean, I feel like at worst, bro, Aiden O'Connell's a good backup for us, dog, behind Geno. Yeah, Black miserable as fuck, boy. That motherfucker always in this motherfucker not liking anything the Raiders do. This motherfucker ain't gonna be happy till we draft Shador Sanders. We draft Shador Sanders, this motherfucker gonna be, I put my left hand in, I put my left hand out, I put my left hand in, and then I shake it all about. He'll come in this bitch and turn up. At the end of the day, guys, I just want to get better, bro. I want to get better. I think the Raiders, the moves the Raiders have made over the last, week or whatever has made us better. You know what I'm saying? Is Geno an elite quarterback? No. But he's a proven winner. He's better than any quarterback in our quarterback room right now. You know what I'm saying? Andre James being released, that makes us better, dude. That means Jackson Powers is going to go back to his original position. That makes us better. You know what I'm saying? Releasing Minshew makes us better. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring it, re-signing Maxx, which we'll talk about here in the second hour of the show. We'll talk a little bit about Maxx Crosby. But yeah, man, so you guys got about 5 more minutes for the chat. The next topic of the next hour of the show will be Maxx Crosby's re-signing. And, we talked a little bit about Alex Kappa at the beginning, and I like Alex Kappa too, dude. But it all just depends on if, he can bounce back to his form in Tampa. A lot of people are worried about the sacks he gave up to Joe Burrow, but in all honesty, bro, Joe Burrow's always been one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know if it's because he holds the ball up for too long, but he always gets a ton of sacks, bro. Joe Burrow does.
Well, remember, he came into the league and the line was ass, and it was lighting his ass up because he got hit the most. He was like the most hit quarterback for like 2-3 years, if not even last year. Like,
Primo, so we taking all the Seattle guys. Primo, we getting motherfucking my boy Primo. He's a Seahawks fan, man. We taking all your guys, man. We about to get DK too, Primo. We getting Pete Carroll, Geno Smith, DK about to come. I swear if we don't get DK, I bet you Tyler Lockett's coming for show, dog. We getting one of those guys. They're definitely one of those. They'd probably definitely want to play for Pete Carroll again. But we'll see if the Raiders can get DK, but I think that's the move. Yeah, Raider Room, he said, seems like they want to do what the Eagles do. Dominant defense, great run game, and a solid quarterback. At the end of the day, man, like I said earlier, bro, how you win in the National Football League is through the trenches, bro. You build an elite defensive line. I think that's one of the main reasons why they decided to keep Maxx Crosby around. You build a fucking great defensive line. You build a fucking elite offensive line. You can control the line of scrimmage, and that's how you win, bro. I mean, the Eagles fucking didn't blitz one time in that Super Bowl, dude. They just got pressure with their front fucking four, dude. The entire game in that Super Bowl. And I think if the Raiders can maybe add a guy, or if this is also a topic for the next hour of the show, is going to be Christian Wilkins. But, yeah, man, if the Raiders can establish that defensive line, offensive line, I think the Raiders are going to be good. What's good with you, Eric? Been a minute with you, gang. Saludos. My boy ain't been making no content. Where you been at, Eric? You been taking it easy? You want to pull up to the show, gang? Let me know. A lot of I seen somebody in the chat that says, is Pizzle and Nate going to pull up? I don't know. I think Pizzle has something to do tonight. Nutty Raider Nate's having issues with his internet. So, I don't know. Hopefully we'll get him on at some point. I'll be here till at least till about 10:30 or so. I got to work tomorrow, but I'll be here till about 10:30. Plastic Soul Collector, what's good? He said, I like the Geno edition. I was praying we didn't start the season with that quarterback collection that we had last season. Yeah, Plastic Soul, I agree. I think a lot of our quarterbacks last year were like fucking like bargain bin quarterbacks, right? They were like the quarterbacks you find at the Lost and Found when you're poor. You know what I'm saying? You need an extra jacket, and you go to the Lost and Found, and you just steal a jacket. Oh, that's my jacket, because you don't have nothing to keep you warm. You're walking in the snow. You're not dumb enough yet to put your fucking tongue on a fucking frozen light pole. You know what I'm saying? But, you don't got no jacket. You're cold. And that's why I feel like the Raiders have been digging into for the last couple of years. You're trying to go to the thrift store, instead of going to like the mall You know what I'm saying? Or at least the outlets to get something, boy. You go to like the thrift store or like the flea market, like the shop meet or something, the swap meet or something, dog. And you can't keep doing that, dog, and think you're gonna get fucking better, bro. It's just not. It's not gonna happen, dog. It's just not gonna fucking happen. At some point, he said, "I hope you guys take DK." At some point, bro, you gotta go swing for the fences, bro. You feel me? If you're scared, go to church. That's my motto, bro. If you're scared, go to church. Shout out to my boy Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, or Lil Buddy. Who the fuck is his name? Fucking the East Side Boys, Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, and motherfucking Ice Cube. If you're scared, go to church. You ain't never gonna go out there and draft an elite quarterback or ever have an elite quarterback is what I should have said. If you don't never go out there and at least try to draft one of them motherfuckers, dog. You are. So it is what it is. Welcome to the second hour of the Just Win Baby podcast, man. We will pull down this banner. The second hour of the show, guys, we are going to talk about Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby gets a top NFL contract number. 3 years, $100-something million, like 90-something million. Let me get the actual number for you before I just spill off the dome real quick. Max. I just dropped my fucking vaporizer. Son of a bitch. All right. So Maxx Crosby signed a 3-year deal worth a whopping $106.5 million. With $91.5 million of that being guaranteed money, making him at the moment the highest paid non-quarterback in the National Football League. So let's see how I can do this. I cannot be stupid when I say this. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. Right? I think that's probably how I can do this. Pros of it. Maxx Crosby, ever since he's been in the league, bro, he's super outplayed his draft stock. He's a fourth round player that was drafted out of Eastern Michigan or some shit. Skinny ass dude. In my opinion, put his stamp on Raider Nation. In Hard Knocks, you guys remember? In Hard Knocks, what was it, the first preseason game? He broke his hand, and he was like, "Just wrap me up. I'm going back in." He had that long emotional moment with Mike Mayock and shit. Maxx Crosby, I still remember Maxx Crosby's first start, bro. It was against the Colts his rookie year, bro. Remember when he chased down that fast-ass wide receiver, punched the ball out from the back? He's a foundation guy for sure. At the end of the day, when you draft elite talent, you want to try to keep your elite talent there. You don't want to let your players walk elsewhere, which is what the Raiders, in my opinion, have done for a very long time. From Josh Jacobs to Khalil Mack to Charles Woodson's to, name the player. How many elite players that we've drafted that we refuse to pay and let them walk? Great move in that standpoint. Another pro of it is the Raiders didn't hurt their cap space, which they're going to need, which they are definitely going to need because we have a lot of our own players that we have to re-sign. Maxx Crosby's contract does not affect our cap space this year at all whatsoever. It's pretty much an extension to his current deal, which only had 2 years left on it. It's pretty much now became a 5-year contract. With 90-something million guarantee, whatever we said the number was going to be, which if you spread that out across 5 seasons, that's not terrible. So it's not terrible from a financial standpoint either. Another pro I could say of the Maxx Crosby contract, right, is what happened with Khalil Mack. Remember what up, Rulis? Remember when Khalil Mack walked? And he was in that same season, they had to, I think Aaron Donald was looking for a new contract, right? And they were like, okay, well, let's see who signs first, Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald. If I'm not mistaken, the Raiders traded Khalil Mack. He signed a big contract with Chicago. Aaron Donald matched his contract in LA. So I think a pro of it is the Raiders went ahead and got in front of this. And what I mean by that is that you go out there and you sign him now before guys like Micah Parsons gets paid, before guys like Myles Garrett gets paid, because these guys are going to be guys that are going to want to top what Maxx Crosby gets paid right now. You know what I'm saying? What up, Black? Those guys are gonna want to be. They're gonna want to get paid more than Maxx Crosby. So I think right now, the contract, in my opinion, from a financial standpoint, the fact that somebody was able to give up money, $96 million guaranteed. That's a lot of money. I don't know if Mark Davis, if he doesn't sell all these stakes of the team, if he's able to give Maxx Crosby 90-something million in guaranteed money. And that's how you avoid the salary cap. Guaranteed money does not go against your books. So that's been a knock on Mark Davis for a long time, is that a lot of players want guaranteed money, but Mark Davis can't afford it. So that's another pro too. So what we talked about the pro of Maxx Crosby, fucking the stability he brings, the fact that he's a face of the Raiders, the fact that at the end of the day, bro, like he does make us better. And I feel like the Raiders got him for a reasonably fair price. So those are the things I've thrown at it. I gotta take a fucking piss real quick, Black. But what's your thoughts on the Raiders bringing back Maxx Crosby? And just so in case you don't got the numbers in front of you, the official numbers on Maxx Crosby, 3 years, $106.5 million with $91.5 million guaranteed. But this is not a new contract. This is an extension to his current 2-year deal that he still has. So it's a 5-year contract in total with $90 million guaranteed. Go ahead.
Okay. So what that tells me is that, contrary to what people may have said, is he want to be a Raider for a long time, if not his whole career. So that tells me longevity, that he's going to be here. They found some creative way to get him his guaranteed money, because no player wants to play under no guaranteed money, especially when they're in the top tier of their position. So it's cool, whatever. What I do like, though, is Pete Carroll said, this money is not for what you've done. It's for what we expect you to do. So there's going to be an expectation of Maxx Crosby, and a lot of people think that Maxx Crosby goes around unchecked, right? Which could have some validity to it. I'm not saying it's not. But what I'm saying is this, is he knows the expectation of himself. He knows the expectation of the franchise now. So now that you can't be bigger than the Shield. You can't be bigger than the Shield, because the Shield has spoken when it's come to, hey, we gave you money. We gave you proper money. You have proper money now. You don't have no excuses. You're coming off a season where the numbers don't line up. There's grumbling and division about the team about you. You discuss how the trade talks came up and how weird it was for you. All that is gone now. All that is gone. You got your injury done early. You got your money. You reset the market. You know it's only going to stay set like that for about 10, 15 minutes. So it's cool. You got the most money non-quarterback. So, hey, bro, now you got to put up. You got to put up, because now the ball is all the way in your court. And I don't think you're going to have a problem with it, because all you got to do is do what he's done since he became a Raider, and just be consistently getting better and be the leader on that defense.
Goddamn bomb just went off. Sorry, I sound like a big ass bomb just went off. So I'm looking right now at numbers, right? Motherfucking Maxx Crosby is like the second highest paid player like in the history of our team, dude. The only other person that's been paid more than Maxx Crosby is, guess who? What? Who's the highest paid Raider in franchise history?
Derek Carr.
Yep. He's the second highest paid player in the history of our franchise. Maxx Crosby. Derek Carr signed a 4-year, $150 million contract, which that's with the Saints. Damn, he signed 100. Is that true? Derek Carr got $150 million from the Saints? I'm trying to look at. Okay, so the Raiders signed Derek Carr for a 5-year, $125 million, which at the time was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So that makes Maxx Crosby the second highest paid player to ever play for the fucking Oakland/LA/Oakland/Las Vegas Raiders, bro.
Yeah, and it's weird that Khalil Mack is not in that.
Right. So I talked about some pros. Let's get into some cons. Bro, Maxx Crosby's done had like season-ending fucking surgeries, bro. Like what, 2 of the last 3 seasons or some shit? The dude's missed a significant amount of motherfucking time over the last 2 or 3 motherfucking seasons, bro. I get it, pay him money, but the highest paid non-quarterback when this dude has missed significant amounts of time, I get when motherfuckers, I don't understand how motherfuckers be like, oh, Derek Carr's contract was stupid, but Maxx Crosby wasn't. Derek Carr was a fucking front runner for MVP in 2016, had the best fucking Raiders season in the last fucking 20 motherfucking years, and you gonna sit here and try to tell me he don't deserve his money, but them same motherfuckers gonna sit here and try to tell me Maxx Crosby, who coming off a season with 7.5 sacks, Maxx Crosby where the Raiders have more wins without him than with him on the field. Motherfuckers then had 2 season-ending surgeries, like 3 surgeries on the same ankle. That motherfucker deserves 100, bro. Man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, dog. You cannot convince me that, bro. You cannot convince me that, dog. Motherfuckers I feel like it's a lot of these. I feel like a lot of motherfuckers call me racist for not liking Antonio Pierce. I feel like a lot of motherfuckers who be dick riding for Maxx Crosby is racist. Y'all motherfuckers only like him and shit because that motherfucker is a white boy, dog. Like, man, fuck out of here, bro. I don't give a fuck what color you are, bro. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about his Raider tattoo. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, dog.
Well, the thing about Derek Carr is the people that say he didn't deserve his money are delusional. You know what I'm saying? Because Derek Carr deserved his money, and maybe he didn't. He might not deserve like 2 different cheeses on the cheeseburger. I understood he might got a little extra, but he did that because how he was getting done, and he saw the writing on the wall that it was about to end. So he just was trying to get the most as you can, as your agent's supposed to do. So he deserved his money, just like you could say Max earned his money for the simple fact that when you're an edge rusher, you're going to get money like that if you're in the top tier of those edge rushers. So if you right there on the cusp and you could justify it by being on a weak team, making that weak team better, allegedly, then you're going to be able to get that money if you right there in the top 4 or 5. So, like, that's just what it is. So those people that's if you're there at that time, then you deserve that money, man. Especially with the league making as much money as it makes. Players is making $250 million.
Hey, Anthony Provicio, just because I got a Maxx Crosby jersey hanging up on my motherfucking wall doesn't mean I can't criticize him, dude. The fuck? I don't mean shit. I still like him. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Just because I think he makes too much money, dog, doesn't mean I don't like Maxx Crosby, dog. I do. That motherfucker doesn't make... What do you mean show the jersey? I got to. It's right there. You don't see the 98 hanging right here? I don't hate Maxx Crosby. I just think a lot of motherfuckers try to put him in the same conversation as Myles Garrett and TJ Watt, and he's not that motherfucking good, dog. He's not even better than Micah Parsons. Bro, I would even go out and say, and I haven't made this comparison yet, but I will honestly go out and say that maybe even Trey Hendrickson is better than Maxx Crosby, dude.
Yeah, but see, you can say that, right? But the league don't see it that way. The league don't say it that way, and the numbers damn near don't even say it that way. Because the thing is, Maxx Crosby is ranked in the top 5 across terms. Like, whether you think he is or not, I just looking at him, I wouldn't think he's the top 5 in the league until I play him on Madden, and I'm like, damn, this nigga's a disruptor every fucking play. He might not get no fucking sacks. He's a fucking disruptor. So apparently they think that disruption and the ability to stop the run and the ability to maybe get a sack, it just I don't know. It transcends it all. I'm not mad at your argument because it's arguable. But the thing is, that's not how the league see it. The league see Maxx Crosby as a top 5 pass rusher. For real, they do.
No, I know they do. I know they do. And that's why I feel like people come over here and be like, RaiderBen's tripping and shit, because a lot of y'all just believe whatever the fuck the national media tell you, bro. Just because the national media tries to pump out all these fake-ass stats. Yeah. Oh, he leads. He's had the most pressure since Aaron Donald. They feel like the fact that Maxx Crosby's in the same conversation with Aaron Donald just in pressures that he's an elite player, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at? Like, bro, this shit don't mean nothing, bro. This shit don't mean nothing. He's in the conversation of players that absolutely changed the game. Maxx Crosby's changed 2 games that I recall seeing with my eyes, bro. His rookie season where he sacked that fucking Bengals quarterback like 4 times in 1 game. And they had the #1 overall pick. The Bengals got Burrow that year. And that 1 game where he had that blindside sack on Mac Jones to have that walk-off safety against the Patriots, bro. Other than that, bro, that motherfucker don't win nothing. Bro, I seen Khalil Mack literally single-handedly go out there and wreck games for the Raiders, bro. One of the craziest games I've ever fucking seen in my life from a defensive player with my own 2 eyes was in 2016 against Carolina. Derek Carr broke his pinky on his throwing hand, bro. Khalil Mack had a pick-6 in that game. Khalil Mack dominated that game. Carr came back late in that game. Cam Newton had a last chance possession to win the game, and on 4th down, Khalil Mack strip sacked and recovered the motherfucking fumble on Cam Newton. And that was Cam Newton in his prime. Motherfucking Maxx Crosby can't even tackle goddamn Kyler Murray to win a motherfucking football game. You think I give a fuck about him?
Bro, the thing about it is you can't compare him to Khalil Mack every time like that, though. And I agree with you, though. I agree with you. I do. I agree with you
all the time. When I make that comparison, it's when people try to say he's untradeable. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he's not untradeable at all. Like, we should know that. It's just the thing is this. Maxx Crosby Maxx Crosby haven't had a lot of help because even Myles Garrett on Cleveland, they had defense though. They had defense. They just didn't score points, but they had defense. Myles Garrett had defense. Like if Max had the help that all these other elite pass rushers have, I think you would see more numbers out of him. It's like so when you say it's his ability to change the game, like he keeps the Raiders in games.
That smell, the kind of smelly smell. The smelly smell that smells. Smelly. Anchovies.
Bro. Bro, you go literally sit here and try to tell me that TJ Watt and Myles Garrett don't get double and triple teamed on 3rd and 4th down to win the game, and they don't find a way to get it done?
Did I say that? Did I say that?
No, I'm just saying. Like you're trying to say that he gets doubled and triple teamed all the time.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. What I said was if our defense was fucking halfway decent, where other players can make plays and we don't have to rely on Max to make all the fucking plays, then we will see a better version of him. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's because he's doubled and triple teams. All the best players get that shit. So that shit don't make it or break it. Is whether you figure it out or not.
How much help did Khalil Mack have in double and triple teams and home games?
Bro, see, we comparing them to Khalil Mack. Well, what about Lyle Alzado? What about fucking Jack Tatum?
I still in my father's nutsack.
I get all that. I get all that. All I'm saying is if the nigga had a little more help, he would be more productive. That's all I'm saying.
No shit. If I had more help in my job, I'd be more productive too.
So we're gonna keep comparing them to the Myles Garretts and all that. Yeah. I'm saying maybe the league sees the value in Maxx Crosby because there is nobody else helping him.
Maxx Crosby got a lot of value on the Raiders because we don't got no good players, Black.
That's what
Oh, that's what you're trying to say? Well, my bad.
I said he has no help. Because he don't have no. Because we
Well,
don't have good players.
I feel like the reason why a lot of Raider fans love him more than he probably should be loved. Well, I mean, I think that's an overstatement. I feel like a lot of the reason why the Raiders overrate Maxx Crosby is because we don't really have no elite players, bro. Like, we don't have no elite player. The best player on our team now is Brock Bowers. He's a rookie 7 years in. Maxx Crosby 7 years in, and he'll never be the player Brock Bowers is at the end of his career. I promise you that. Brock Bowers a walking first ballot Hall of Famer. Maxx Crosby might make the Hall of Fame. Won't be no motherfucking first ballot. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Look at all these teams that have elite players on their team. If Maxx Crosby was on the majority of these other teams, the Ravens, you feel me, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Niners, like that motherfucker wouldn't be so goddamn hyped up, bro. It's because he plays for the trash-ass Raiders, and the Raiders ain't got no goddamn talent. So that's the reason why he means so much to us, because we don't fucking got nobody besides him on motherfucking defense, bro.
I concur.
I don't know. Maybe that's just a one-sided argument with me. I mean, that's just my opinion on it, bro. I just feel like Max ain't. He's a good player, bro. He's not. I don't think he deserves to be paid the highest non-paid quarterback in the history of the league, bro. I don't think he's that good, bro.
Bro, it's not a matter if he's that good or not. It's about him being in position, because as soon as he only gonna be there for 15 minutes. Myles Garrett's about to.
That's a lot of money, regardless.
Bro, it's all that's the business side of it. Like, all that's just the business side of it. Myles Garrett is happy as fuck because he reset the market so he can reset the reset. That's all. It's just a fucking game. It's the politics of it all. It's not a matter of he's worth that much or not. That's just what the positions is paying right now. That's what it's paying.
What up, Eddie Ramos? I mean, that, like I said earlier, bro, one of the pros of it is the way the contract is stretched out, right? So in all honesty, the Raiders can ditch Maxx Crosby after 3 seasons, bro, and be done with him, because his guaranteed money's within the first 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, bro, I just don't feel like he's as good as a lot of what Raider fans hype him up to be. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying I don't like Maxx Crosby. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I feel like a lot of you guys hold Maxx Crosby on this fucking pedestal, dude. And I don't feel like he deserves that pedestal, dude. He just don't. Bro, you literally have Raider fans trying to say, the reason why I make the Khalil Mack argument, because there's literally Raider fans that try to make that argument, dog. Like, dude, you cannot make this argument, bro. Like, that is a dead argument. If you're going to come out here and try to tell me, well, Maxx Crosby, the Raiders would never trade him, then you haven't been a fan of the Raiders except for maybe the last couple years, because the Raiders in 2018, which was just 7 years ago, traded fucking the best player in the history of the league. Well, no, I'm not going to say that, but the only player to make All-Pro at 2 different positions in 1 year, dog. We traded him. You don't think we'll trade Max? Like, come on, bro. I want to get better, dog. Maxx Crosby makes us better. I'm not saying he don't. But I will tell you this. I think I said this last year. No, the year before that. I said I feel like Malcolm Kuntz is better than Maxx Crosby, dog.
So you want to answer the question?
What was the question? Did you ask me a question? Are you talking to
No, I was looking at the chat. Now go ahead.
Hey, all eyes on G. Great reference right here. Analogy. He says pressures are like going to the prom and being home before 8 p.m. You almost had it's all. I'll one up you on that. All eyes. It's like taking your girl to the prom and not getting no puss, dog. Like at the end of the night, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the pressure without the sack, especially when your team
It's
loses.
like going to the prom and not getting none.
Yeah.
Oh, wow for that.
Yep, that's what a pressure is without the sack, especially when you don't win. Especially when you don't win. It makes it even more valid, bro. Like,
wow
you did
for
all
that
that
one.
for nothing. I'll never forget when Maxx Crosby got his fucking boot shot
Damn.
by Kyler Murray to win the game. You guys remember that game where Hunter?
What kind of dude does that? What kind of dude go to the prom and don't get none, bro?
Maxx Crosby.
Maxx Crosby? You are lying. He said Maxx Crosby.
All right, guys, it's your guys' turn, man. You feel me? Y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, man? We was talking a little bit about Maxx Crosby and how you feel about Gardner Minshew. What's good with you, D Menace?
Who?
Saludos. How you feel
Me?
about Gardner Minshew? Like, I mean, I guess.
How do I feel?
I guess it doesn't really matter because Minshew's nobody. I don't think anybody's gonna cry over spilled milk, especially with Minshew. But like, yeah, Minshew's gone. Do you feel like the Raiders? Like, what's your thoughts, bro? I don't really know how to sum it up.
That fool gonna go. Okay, look. As long as he don't go to like, I don't know. Actually, it don't even matter where he go. I bet you wherever he go, he gonna play twice as better than he played for the Raiders.
No,
I promise you that.
I feel like Luke Getsy hurt him a lot, dude. I thought everybody over here said that was a terrible fucking hire, bro. We got Luke Getsy. We're like, dude, the make or break for Antonio Pierce being the future head coach of the Raiders is going to dictate on who he brings in at offensive coordinator. When we brought in Luke Getsy, I'm like, oh, yeah, bro, we're fucking cooked, dog. Because Luke Getsy, they had like the number 1 or number 2 rushing offense in the NFL in Chicago, right? But Justin Fields had 1,000 yards rushing himself. Dude, we don't have no quarterback that's rushing for 1,000 yards. And when we went in that bitch with Alexander Madison, Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, and Dylan Labe, I'm like, dude, we don't even have a running back room that can get 1,000 yards. So, like, we don't have a running back room, and we don't have a quarterback that can get 1,000 yards. And motherfucking Luke Getsy in Chicago, they had that, bro. They had, like, a duo of running backs that went for 1,000 yards, and fucking Justin Fields ran for 1,000 yards. I think that's when they had David Montgomery still.
Man.
Do you think Gardner Minshew is going to get a starting gig again somewhere else?
Hell yeah. What are you talking about?
He had us with the Raiders.
Yeah, you going to start somewhere. Watch.
I was watching.
Hey, look, check this out. I'll give you an example.
Earlier, and I always give shout-outs, bro, where shout-outs are due. He got the best Raider clip, so I stole it from him. We getting the Marshawn Lynch joint.
Matter time. There you go.
Yeah.
Matter time.
Raider. You heard that shit?
Yeah, but now. Yeah, but the funny thing about that is Pete Carroll didn't even know who the fuck said it.
No, I think he know who said it.
No, Pete Carroll found out later on once he saw him in a hallway and he asked him. He was like, "Oh, that was you that said that?" That's what Pete Carroll said. Oh, like he didn't know that was Marshawn at the time that he did it. But it's all good. Hey, it's good. Like we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. I'm happy. We should be happy where we at. We're gonna be fine.
Bro, we in a better position March 7th, 2025 than we were March 7th of 2024. I promise you that much.
Wow.
Bro, we were just barely entering free agency around this time, right? So like, or yeah, bro. So like, this was before Wilkins, before Minshew. Like we had Aiden O'Connell. We had Luke Getsy's bum ass.
So this is the thing about Gardner Minshew, right? He's gonna go if he goes to yes, he's gonna get another starting job. And I promise you, if he goes to a team like, let's say, for example, if Minnesota didn't re-sign Sam Darnold for whatever the reason is, and he went to Minnesota, they would still go to the playoffs with him. If they didn't, though, if they didn't go to the playoffs,
they said if Minshew goes to Minnesota, they'll still go to the playoffs.
Let me say it again, and let me finish the statement.
Please say that again.
Let me say it again, and let me finish the statement too. Yeah, if he went to Minnesota, how many ones they had this year? 14. I think he could get them 10 wins and get them in the playoffs. But even if he can't do that, right? Even if y'all want to jump out the window and say he can't do that, he'll get them 9 wins. Okay, 8 wins. Nigga, with the Raiders, y'all act like this motherfucker couldn't win 4 games by himself. Like, y'all delusional as hell when it comes to Gardner Minshew. But whatever, that's fine. I don't care.
No, I'm not saying Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was just terrible for us, Black. He was
terrible for us because Gardner Minshew is not my guy. I'm just saying that he wasn't no fucking 2-win quarterback.
Nah, he was definitely way better before he came to the Raiders for sure. I remember he knocked us out of the final game in Oakland. I was at that game, boy. Even though the Raiders should have won that shit. Even though the Raiders should have won that shit.
Because I was like, who the fuck is Gardner Minshew? What the fuck is that? What's a Gardner Minshew? Like, but we always lose to teams like that. We be like, who the fuck is this guy? And then after they play the Raiders, everybody know who that guy is. Like, that's what we do. So I'm not a Gardner Minshew guy, but I promise you, if he goes to a team like Minnesota, they're gonna win like 8, 9, 10 wins. Like he can damn near go to the playoffs with how he plays. I just think that. I think if you put Aiden O'Connell on there, his ass ain't gonna get 6 wins.
So let me ask you this. This is a question for you, Black, and a question for the chat. Do you think Pete Carroll, his influence, in terms of him and Spytech, like the resume they have and shit, you think that convinced Maxx Crosby to want to come back? Like, compared to like if we didn't bring Pete Carroll, like, because a lot of people are already concerned that he might leave. If it was like just say the run-in-the-mill head coach and not Pete Carroll, do you think like he may have been out? Pretty much what I'm trying to say, you think Pete Carroll influenced him coming back?
Yeah, since you put it like that, yeah. I think if it was if they would have hired a coach that he didn't like, then the mutiny would have continued. Because see, that's why you had a problem with him, because he wasn't dedicated to the team. He started saying shit, doing shit, buyer's remorse, all the shit y'all was saying, right? And legitimately so, you guys were saying that. And now that you got Pete Carroll, he like, all right, I know what it is. If I'm gonna play for this shitty ass team, at least pay me and then give me a competent coach. So he cool.
Yeah, and how much of that you think is going to influence some of these Raider free agents to come back? And not only Pete Carroll, but keeping Patrick Graham too. The Spillanes,
all of that,
the Trayvon Merrick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel
premium.
like it's a heavy influence, bro. I think Trayvon Merrick. Like I feel like a lot of people are heavy on Spillane. I made this comment a couple weeks ago. I made it in Jeff's chat last night. I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. Spillane just reminds me of a pretty boy version of Tahir Whitehead, bro. Like, Tahir Whitehead, dog, got a bunch of tackles for us, led the league in tackles almost every single year and shit. But with the majority of his fucking tackles, dude, were fucking 7-8 yards down the fucking field, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spillane, in my opinion, bro, he's hot and cold, bro. For a couple of weeks, he's real good. And then for a couple weeks, he's getting put on his ass. You feel me? Like, I feel like the Raiders need to go make a move on a player like Bobby Wagner. You feel me? Like, I know he's older, but I'm telling you, boy, he ain't about to be getting pushed around like that boy does. I feel like he's a little bit soft, a little bit light in the ass. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's my thoughts. Like, I'm not a huge fan of Spillane, bro. Like, people be like, he's our best middle linebacker. That's like saying Derek Carr's our best quarterback since Rich Gannon, bro. Like, how many middle fucking linebackers have we had in the last 20 fucking years, bro? Besides, like, maybe Kirk Morrison. Nick Roach was probably our best fucking middle linebacker since Kirk Morrison. You guys remember when fucking we didn't have a fucking interception all fucking year for like 11 or 12 games? We picked up Navarro Bowman. He had our only fucking interception, like, that whole time. Oh, Wagner went back on a 1-year deal. That sucks. But anyways, you guys get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm not huge on Robert.
I told y'all niggas that he wasn't going. I told you he wasn't about to leave there. They gonna 1-year deal him until he retire.
Yeah, it's smart. And I don't blame him for wanting to stay there over the Raiders, because the Washington Redskins, they were just the NFC Championship, bro. Like,
yeah, the upside is just too tremendous.
Yeah. As much as he loves Pete Carroll, he's at the point of his career right now where like he's trying to see if he can win another one.
Exactly. It was right there. And plus, they love Jaden Daniels. They love the leader of that locker room. They love that.
So let me ask you this: what's your opinion and chat's opinion? Who do you guys think is more important, Robert Spillane or Trayvon Merrick? And let's put this in perspective. Trayvon Merrick is going to be teamed up again with Isaiah Palamau, who just got re-signed. And let's put that into perspective too. How imperative it is to have both of those guys back there. I love Dre Greenlaw. Right now, I would love to bring him in, but right now, guys, who do you guys think is more important? Trayvon Merrick, solidifying that back end of that fucking safety group, him and Isaiah Palamau, or Robert Spillane?
I think, damn, that's a great ass question. That might be like one of the toughest questions I've ever heard you ask, really.
I don't even ask a question, bro. For real, I don't even know this part of me's coming out. Maybe because I said post questions in the chat, so now I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Damn, bro. You damn near might have me
Merrick,
stumped on
dude,
that.
like he's a veteran of Patrick Graham's system, bro. He's been in this system longer than Spillane.
You ain't gotta sell him. You ain't gotta sell him because I know you don't like Spillane like that. So the question for me would be who is harder to replace, right? The harder player to replace would probably be Merrick for us. I'm not saying the position, just vanilla speaking. I'm talking about for us. It'll probably be easier for us to find a middle linebacker, but as I'm saying that, we don't find middle linebackers though that's competent enough to do what he's doing.
I'd love to bring both of them back for sure.
So I don't know, bro. That's a pick 'em. That's a pick 'em.
That's like a coin flip, huh?
Yeah,
like
coin flip.
I'm not a huge fan of Spillane, but I mean, it's as my bullshit to the side, it would make sense to bring him back, dude. Like he's your middle linebacker. That's like the quarterback of your defense. That's the guy who gets everybody in line, makes sure that everybody's lined up the way they're supposed to. He gives out all the calls. I get shit like that, bro. I 100% agree to that. But like his play is super inconsistent, bro. Like he's like I said, Spillane's like Spillane. He's a hot and cold player. Like he'll look really good, and then he'll look really bad, and then he'll look really good, and then he'll look really bad. At least with Trayvon Merrick, there's never like really good or really bad. He's just that consistent player, dude.
Well, because he's a safety, he's not in on every play. That's why he's not in every play at linebacker. You in on every play.
Merrick be having a shit ton of tackles too, dude. For
he
being
does.
A safety.
He absolutely does. That's why his value is so high. Because we don't have to worry about it because we don't get beat deep a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a good
what
thing.
I was going to say, too. Trayvon Merrick don't be really giving up deep big plays, bro. He's a very fucking instinctual fucking player, dude.
But that's part of the Patrick Graham scheme, too, also is like competent safeties where we can have one that comes up in a box and one don't get beat deep still. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I like about Patrick Graham and the safeties that we have. But with Spillane, he makes all the calls. I mean, he's just probably a step behind athletically. That's it. Everything else I like.
Yeah, so I would agree with this comment by Raider Room. He said at this point it's re-sign Merrick and Spillane and let Hobbs walk. In my opinion, bro, Hobbs can walk, dog. Hobbs don't do it for me, dog. Like he's injured a lot.
Walker's always hurt. Yeah, I mean,
and then when he's not,
but when he plays, he's a playmaker though.
No, the fuck he ain't. Well, he makes a bunch of fucking tackles at the line of scrimmage. I would take a Meek Robertson back right now. I would take a Meek Robertson back right now over Nate Hobbs. Meek Robertson was a playmaker, bro. That motherfucker's a better slot. I would take a Meek Robertson in the slot over Nate Hobbs. Meek Robertson strips the ball away from players. That motherfucker gets interceptions on tight ends. That motherfucker, hell nah, bro. Nate Hobbs don't do shit, bro.
I'm not comparing Nate Hobbs to nobody, but what I'm saying
is like a linebacker, bro, that plays corner, dude. He got no hands. He's an ass, boy. Hell nah, Nate Hobbs can walk. If I had to choose between Spillane and Merrick over Hobbs, fuck yeah, Hobbs can walk, dog.
So, but yeah, and still y'all talking about Jack Jones though. That's crazy.
Jack Jones is ass, dog. He's worse than Nate Hobbs.
Exactly. So I don't understand like why you dog Nate Hobbs out like this. Every time this motherfucker name come up, Jack Jones.
Jack Jones too. I don't want his bum ass either. He's ass too.
Because I for sure be like, wait a minute.
The Raiders only got one corner on their roster, dog. It's fucking Jacorian Bennett. The rest of those motherfuckers
and he's mid. Dog. And he's mid. Because he's young.
I mean, yeah, and no. Yeah, and no. I mean, Jacorian Bennett was one of the top corners when he was healthy. Your best ability is availability. I get what you're saying. But when he was out there and he's still young, Jacorian Bennett was the number one corner on third down. Like, nobody can convert on him, dog.
Bro, I agree. But the motherfucker only been in the league how many years and he been hurt how many times? So if y'all gonna hold that shit against Nate Hobbs, then this motherfucker is on the same trajectory but faster. At least Nate Hobbs done played in the league for a little while. This motherfucker been hurt 2 years in a row. He only been in the league 2 years.
So Eddie Ramos said Amik got smoked a bunch of times. He was hot and cold too.
Hell of time.
Every corner in the NFL gets burned though, dude.
No, that's
so
true.
What,
but
you're just putting the
Amik,
spotlight on Amik Robertson. Why is the spotlight on him?
So why Amik was that solid? Why the Raiders get rid of him? I thought it was stupid. Don't get me wrong, but why did the Raiders get rid of him?
It was stupid. It wasn't stupid. It was stupid.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Him getting rid of Amik Robertson and Josh Jacobs hurt our fucking team in the worst way, dog. What other corner? What did Amik Robertson have? Like 3 or 4 interceptions or 3 or 4 forced turnovers? How many fucking corners on our team had any goddamn turnovers last year? Jack Jones had a pick-6 in a game where we were getting fucking our boots smoked. You know what I'm saying? And I know, Ray Love, you've always stood on your hate for Amik Robertson. So you guys know if I appreciate motherfuckers who stand on business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you wrong, like don't stand on it no more.
I mean, you know, if you wrong, you gotta stand on it.
You gotta own it. You gotta own it, but don't stand there.
Wrong, boy. We've been the Just Win Baby podcast Adamas over here for like 2
years.
Yeah,
I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, and bro, there's a lot of motherfuckers who admit they not wrong. I fuck with Dustin. Dustin, every single time that motherfucker's wrong, he tries to backtrack. No, I said that. Like, bro, that shit's crazy.
I know my batting average is pretty high, nigga. I'm like,
yeah, like it's crazy, bro. Like, I remember I was on a panel of motherfuckers that was popping bottles like it was 99 and 2000s over the Tyree Wilson pick. And I was crying, bro. Like I went to bed with a wet pillow that night, dude. And then I remember the year after that, I got fucking super excited and almost fucking shit my pants jumping for joy when we drafted Brock Bowers. And a lot of those same Raider fans said we shouldn't have drafted a tight end that year. So, you know, we called the running back room shit, bro. Like we called Antonio Pierce wasn't built for the job. Like, and we caught a lot of shit for that shit, bro. A lot of racist shit, too. Motherfuckers are like, oh, you're racist for this and that. Bro, I ain't hearing none of that shit. Race don't affect me none, dog. The Raiders are the most diverse fucking franchise in all of sports, bro. Al Davis set the mecca of that shit, boy. I'm the furthest thing.
That's why I don't understand why that even comes up. That's why I don't even understand how that argument even comes up.
Exactly, gang.
That's why when you say that, I never respond to that. This is the first time I've ever responded to you saying that, because I never could understand how are we as Raider fans even having that conversation. That sounds like, I don't know, man. That's wild.
Hey, Eddie Ramos, I hope that McCarrion Richardson pans out, dude. That McCarrion Richardson, bro, when we drafted him, he was in terms of just pure athlete, he was the #1 athlete in the draft, dude. The McCarrion Richardson, bro, is
what time is it?
Like 6'2", 6'3". He ran like a 4.2 or a lower 4.3 40. He had like one of the highest verticals in the draft. He had one of the highest fucking shuttle shit, boy. Like if D-Mac Richardson can just, you know, get his learning how to play the game and shit, because I feel like his fundamentals lack a little bit. I feel like he's a physical player, bro. Like he's more of a slot in terms of how he plays, because he's a very physical tackler. He's not afraid to get around the football. He's just very suspect in coverage. If he can find a way to just be somewhat solid and in his coverage abilities, bro, D-Mac Richardson will be good, bro. Or D-Cam, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, man, we Gucci though.
I ain't drinking no goddamn water. Fuck is water.
Don't you bathe with that? That's about it, huh? Yeah. You drink that shit?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I drink water when I'm at work just because.
No, I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit.
If I'm on a live stream, boy, I'm definitely not drinking no goddamn water.
He drinking Brass Monkey.
That boy said Brass Monkey. Oh, no. Hey, Raider Room, you get your ass up here with your motherfucking Voodoo Ranger drinking ass, and you drink like 6 of those motherfuckers, dude, and hold a live stream down, bro, and then fucking, you feel me? I'll throw you a little bit of credit. You feel me? The only reason I've made this statement plenty of times, my favorite beer is Corona. I got to come up on this bitch, boy, and talk my shit and hold down the live stream for hours on end, bruh. And I can't drink no goddamn IPAs like that, gang. IPAs are just when I'm chilling around the house. You feel me? Getting ready for dinner or some shit. You were. Man, you want to know one guy that I hope really pans out, dude, because I feel like it's going to be very imperative for the Raiders, is Tyree Wilson, bro. And like I said earlier, bro, like I hated the pick. I'm like, the picture of the guy that made the facial remark when we drafted Cleveland Farrell. Like, that was pretty much my reaction, except that I cried tears, actual tears that night. If Tyree Wilson could just find some way to be at bare minimum just a rotational guy that we can bring in on third down when he's fresh and just be a problem, I will settle for that, bro. Because I don't know what the Raiders are going to do with these other free agents, guys, like with Malcolm Koonce and K'Lavon Chaisson. From what I'm hearing is Malcolm Koonce is gaining a lot of interest from other NFL teams right now, and I like Malcolm Koonce a lot. K'Lavon Chaisson is a guy that I think is a higher probability that he comes back because he, former first-round pick for Jacksonville, never lived up to that, came over to a Patrick Graham scheme, and the Raiders were able to get the best of him. Obviously, Pete Carroll knows a little bit about defense. But we'll see with Malcolm Koonce. I've always been a Malcolm Koonce fan. I think Raider Room said earlier that with Ty, I think you try to make the comparison of Tyree with Koonce, Raider Room, in terms of it took Koonce 3 years. But let's be real, gang. You feel me? Like Koonce got like what a couple fucking chances to play under Gruden when we drafted him, and then Josh McDaniels instantly put Malcolm Koonce in the doghouse because of that fucking offseason bullshit where he said he was too close to Derek. Malcolm Koonce went straight in the doghouse. We got Malcolm Koonce came on the field, and he had that delay of game or some weird-ass penalty on a field goal against Kansas City. Kansas City ended up scoring a fucking... And they missed that field goal. Kansas City ended up scoring. Malcolm Koonce never really got a chance to play until Antonio Pierce got in there, bro, and he's seen what Malcolm Koonce had to bring to the table. And I was always a big fan of Malcolm Koonce because when you talk about these small schools, right, especially a school like Buffalo, the Raiders drafted the most prolific, productive pass rusher to ever come out of Buffalo with Khalil Mack in the first round of that 2014 draft. Well, the Raiders also turned around and took the second most prolific, productive pass rusher from Buffalo with Malcolm Koonce. And in my opinion, he never got his shot. I feel like Chandler Jones being around kind of hurt Malcolm Koonce a little bit. I felt like Malcolm Koonce should have got the start over Chandler Jones. Why I hated that signing. I mean, at first I liked it, but you guys know my stance on Chandler Jones, bro. I was like, catch this motherfucker at Walmart type shit. But yeah, bro, Malcolm Koonce is good as fuck, dude. He knows, he's one of them pass rushers, bro, that understands if you take the ball away from the quarterback, in terms of just swiping out of his hand, it's the same thing as a sack. I think a lot of defensive ends get too caught up in the sack part without knowing that even if you don't get the quarterback to the ground, if you knock that ball out of his hands, that's a sack. And it's a forced fumble. And Malcolm Koonce is one of them guys, bro, that he does that, bro. He takes the ball away from the opposing team, which is something that Maxx Crosby doesn't do. And that's the reason why I'm a huge fan of Malcolm Koonce. And I've gone out here and said it right here on my show that I think Malcolm Koonce is better than Maxx Crosby. But we haven't really got to see what Malcolm Koonce brings to the table yet because of the very limited playing time that he's had in his short career. And now the Raiders might lose him, which sucks. So. Exactly, Eddie Ramos, bro. You know what he reminds me of, bro? He reminds me of Alden, bro. You guys remember when we brought in Alden Smith from the San Francisco 49ers and we tried to team him up with Bruce Irvin and Khalil Mack? Bro, Koonce got it, bro. And like I said, I've delivered, like, this is my second channel, right? We got rid of the main channel at 5K subs. That shit was no issue, you feel me? We gonna build up whatever platform we decide to build up, right? So we made this joint, right? But I've gone on the record several times, bro. And said that, Malcolm Koonce is gonna have, unlimited potential for this team. So I'm hyped, bro. I'm gonna cry. I won't say I'm gonna cry. That's an overstatement. But I might shed a Raider tear or two if we don't find a way to bring Malcolm Koonce back. We still
got
shit
a thug tier.
What up, Isaiah Porter? A thug tier, yeah, that part, bro. We gotta find the Batman to Maxx Crosby's the Robin to Maxx Crosby's Batman, and I think Malcolm Kuntz is the guy. I think Chason is a poor man's Malcolm Kuntz, but if we can find a way to bring back Malcolm Kuntz and keep Malcolm Kuntz, Christian Wilkins, and Maxx Crosby. Insert whoever you want in as the other defensive tackle. I like Adam Butler, but I think you build yourself a formidable defensive line. We just gotta hope that Tyree Wilson is a guy that can come in and rotate off of Kuntz, and that's what makes me hate the Tyree Wilson pick even more, Black, is that we gotta rely on signing a guy like Malcolm Kuntz. No, the reason why Tyree Wilson shit is because if Tyree Wilson was who he should be, we wouldn't have to worry about bringing back Malcolm Kuntz. We wouldn't have to worry about a guy that was a bust as a first-round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and hopefully he pans out for us, bro, because we drafted a dude in the top, 6 picks or whatever, wherever we drafted Wilson. I think he was the 5th pick or some shit. I can't recall. I'm drunk. But you guys get where I'm coming from, bro. If Tyree Wilson, at bare minimum, bro, they're going to have to bring back Kuntz or Chason, and we're going to need Tyree Wilson to at least, at bare minimum, being a guy that can come in fresh and make a play. So.
Yeah. Yep. I ain't worried about it. We gonna thug it out with who we got.
I left the studio. Hold on. I dropped my clicker.
But if we don't want to pay everybody, we gotta make a business decision. Speaking of business decision, that's the name of my channel. So go ahead and go over there and subscribe for Raider content.
Link right now, dog. No Diddy. I don't know if they dropped your link earlier. I already know the link. I got the link to your shit. I used to
y'all
save
can
all
jump
my
on the
links
bar.
into my notes, bro.
Bay Area Raiders talk.
Where's Hotspot ass at, bro?
Oh shit. That's a good ass question. He trying to go live tonight too and do a show emergency live because of the signing, the signings and all that. Good looking brother. So he getting the Raider Nation is excited right now.
As we should though.
I agree, as you should. I'm not gonna take that away from you. I'm not gonna say that y'all should even tone it down. It's good. The Raiders are making good moves right now. They're making logical steps right now. Whether they pan out or not is something else. That's another conversation for later on in the year. But they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
We look like a competent NFL franchise right now.
Right.
We don't look like the Raiders. We don't look like we're trying to sit at the fucking kiddie table at the motherfucking barbecue anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Because we sure were hella dysfunctional 6 months ago. 3 months ago. Shit. So we all right. We in a good place. Be happy to be a Raider right now.
Let me see what I got right here. I'm a Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, cause I'm a Raider.
Where they singing that now?
Raider. What?
I said, yo, that's one of the staple. I like those are one of the original songs that actually was good.
I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. And you know what's crazy, bro? It's that was before there was even any Las Vegas thoughts, bro. Where that shit go? These motherfuckers predicted.
Exactly. But that was to include the Las Vegas market. That probably gave what's your boy name? Fucking Al Davis' son probably was like, that's a fucking great idea. We should go to Vegas. The song said it already.
Yeah, it's wild, right? That's the Loonies too.
Right. Shout out to Town Business.
That part.
But yeah, we good though. We good though. We good though. I mean, we look like a competent franchise, and we would definitely not that. Let me just say it like this: we're trending up, and the Niners are trending down.
That part. I got this shit on the right joint. Hold on. I don't think I got this shit on the right joint. You were. Hold on. Boy, I'm faded. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and post this shit right here. Bow. Shout out to the. There we go. Join on. Got that bitch on ×2 speed, boy. That bitch is blaring through. You were.
No, I didn't hear it, but that's what I'm assuming that's gonna sound like.
Yeah, that bitch was fast as fuck, dog. And now my whole shit done froze up. This shit ass. Okay, there we go, for sure. The fucking shit sucks, bro, when you ain't got one. Bro, my internet speed, bro, is like 38 megabits per second, gang. You were. This shit is ass, bro. So, like, I could have the best graphic cards and all that shit, boy. My shit's still ass. Our quarterback, I think he's better than Bo Hicks. Black on mute.
I said thank you because I'm for sure glad you said it before. I don't know if I'm glad you said it before I said it, but I'm glad you said it instead of me. Because he is better than him. At this point.
I like Najee Harris. Najee Harris from the Bay, bro. I don't want to pay him too much money, but if we don't draft into or something, I would be out on Najee.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Where's Najee from? Najee's from Antioch, Richmond, something?
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh or something like that.
Motherfuckers like the Simpsons. Hey, Hugo,
Right.
what's good with you, bitch ass Niner fan? You had all pros. You guys only had 2 more wins than the Raiders, bitch ass motherfucker. Fuck the Niners. Debo about that bitch. He knows what time it is, boy. Debo cut on y'all, bitch ass. Debo and Terry McLaurin's about to be one of the best wide receiver duos in the league, boy. With Jaden Daniels, Debo Samuel, and scary Terry McLaurin. Oh, they're tough.
Yeah, they're tough, for sure.
Even
and
though
then Debo ain't
Samuel's a wannabe Percy Harvin, he's not a wide receiver. He's a gadget player, dude.
No, but that's fine though, because that brings a wrinkle into the offense. And then he ain't gonna have to run it out the backfield.
The Niners are about to lose all their players, dude. Brock Purdy's about to be paying like $50 million a year, dude. Brock Purdy's about to get that bag. Hell no, Isaiah Porter. Geno's not better than Patrick Mahomes. Hell no. Patrick Mahomes still the best quarterback in this division. I think it's Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Geno Smith, and then Bo Dix. Bo Dix. Bo Dix already hit his ceiling, bro. We've already seen his ceiling, bro. Like, that's as good as he's going to be. What up, Ruben? Bo Nix is one of those, low ceiling, high floor type players, bro. Like, he don't have a real high ceiling, bro. Like, he's going to come into the league and he's going to be who he's going to be, bro. Ayuk just signed a big deal, though, Eddie. I think he just signed a big deal last year.
Yeah, they already moving. They already entertaining trade talks for him. Don't nobody want him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. In my opinion, bro, Ayuk's better than fucking Debo Samuel. What's your opinion on that?
No,
In terms of
I
a
don't think.
true receiver, dog. Not no end around project screen running him at a halfback, just true outside the numbers X or Y receiver, bro. Like you think Debo's better than Ayuk?
They don't play the same position. If that's the case, then like I would
But
use.
but I'm just talking about receivers, because in my opinion, Debo Samuel's not your traditional NFL wide receiver, bro. He's like what
But
the
even
Seahawks had in Percy Harvin, but he's never going to be as good as
fine.
Percy Harvin.
That's fine. But if I was to line Debo Samuels up at wide receiver and run him screens and little slants and whatever them little routes he be running right now, be catching shit down the field.
Alfredo.
I would rather use him because that nigga Ayuk only gonna get 2 catches and each one of them gonna be for like 20 yards. Like he gonna catch that long ass pass once or twice a game. That's it. He off the radar after that. He posed no threat. You're not rolling no coverage his way. You ain't doing none of that. Debo, you got at least a test for him where he at on the field though.
Yeah.
So I would go with Debo. Like I don't even like Debo Samuels,
but Debo gets injured a lot too, though.
Yeah, that's because he act the way he act, and they be cracking him in the playoffs. They be cracking him in the regular season, but for sure in the playoffs, that boy gonna get hurt. But that could be a Shanahan thing. He might go over here in Washington and don't even get hurt at all.
So one of the last things I wanted to talk about is as we've entered the third hour of the show, is I want to talk about Christian Wilkins. There was a report that came out where they rated all free agent pickups. They rated Christian Wilkins as the worst free agent signing out of all 32 NFL teams coming into this season. You have any thoughts on that, Black?
Who said that?
There was I think it was like it was the poll they do. Is like NFL.com does their worst rated, their top rated free agents or whatever. They rank first to 32nd, and they had Christian Wilkins as the worst pickup, 32nd free agent pickup.
Yeah, if you wanna sit there and take, all right, the amount of money he made versus production, then yeah, that's okay. You can't argue that. But then what happens this year when he don't get hurt and then our D-line goes stupid? Was it really the worst signing of the year? No, it just didn't pan out immediately. So I don't like little polls and shit like that because it's kind of misleading. Like, yeah, in the moment, yeah, okay, cool. If you look at how much he made versus how much he played in the production, yeah, okay, I can see that. But then the following year, when he goes back to true form, even if he don't play all 17 games and play 14 games and produce, and then our D-line and our defense is middle pack, top 10, legit top 8, then what? Well, then what? Then that poll is stupid. It's true in the moment, but it's really stupid when you look at it. If you know what I'm saying, take the microscope off of it.
Well, do you know how Christian Wilkins got hurt?
Yeah, because the player injured him celebrating.
You know who said player was?
I forgot who it was. Who was it?
Adam Butler.
Yeah, I was thinking Butler. At least Butler played. He made up for it. I don't think he meant.
Fuck no, he didn't make up for it. We paid Christian Wilkins the bag. No fucking way. I love Adam Butler, dude. But Adam Butler ain't sniffing the ass crack of
Christian Wilkins was. But Christian Wilkins was, when he was celebrating, that motherfucker was jumping over people with his big ass. Like he was leapfrogging people and shit. So I thought he was gonna hurt himself. That's why when he got hurt, I thought he hurt himself.
But isn't that some Raiders shit though, boy? We give, and at the time, bro, like Christian Wilkins was the best free agent available, dude. Like outside of like unless Kirk Cousins or one of these guys, like Christian Wilkins was the dude. And
we just
isn't
paid him
it so
much.
Raider for him to come to us? Looked solid for us in the first couple of games, and then boom, this motherfucker got hurt. And not only did he get hurt, but he got hurt celebrating a sack where somebody jumped over him, And that motherfucker was out for the year, bro. Like that's Raider, bro.
That's the Raider. I was just about to say, don't blame it on him.
Motherfuckers talking about the Raider way. That's the Raider way.
I was just about to say, let's not put it on Christian. That's the Raider way. So that was his rite of passage of being a Raider. So I'm telling you, this year, this year is gonna be crazy on that D line. I'm telling you.
So do you feel like the Raiders were maybe a little bit undisciplined under Antonio Pierce because they were just jumping over each other, just celebrating bullshit? Not only doing that, but allowing Maxx Crosby to bring in cigars over, beating up backup quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Just allowing all this bullshit. What up, Jay?
I don't think they were.
And Black, just to finish this off, Antonio Pierce was also allowing these players to have dance off in practice when we were like going on like 7 or 8 game losing streaks.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that because you're trying everything to try to keep the morale going and shit. I just say it wasn't like it wasn't like they was undisciplined. We were just unlucky, and I don't even like using that. I mean, I don't like using that word, luck word. We were unlucky. Like
sometimes
we just had to
be more lucky than good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I can't totally dismiss it. Because sometimes it's definitely better to be lucky than good because the ball can bounce just in a lucky ass way. You know what I'm saying? And just fall into the right hands and it got nothing to do with skill. So I just think we were unlucky and we'll be fine. We'll because that whole season was just full of fuckery, man.
Honestly,
just every way around.
Tanking. When we lost Christian Wilkins for the year, I'm like, yeah, bro, we're tanking. That's when I went down the tank thought. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, we're literally
you went to the fish store and
we're losing superstar players by celebrations off of sacks. Yeah, dog. We ain't trying to win.
That boy went to the fish place and was like, let me look at these tanks.
Raider Paul is, bro. Like Raider Paul's fucking critiquing the Geno Smith signing. Raider Paul was the same cocksucker that said Jimmy Garoppolo would be the next Tom Brady, bro. So I ain't hearing none of that shit, boy. No, I guess every time the Raiders do something good, you always downplay it and shit. You an idiot. Nobody gives a fuck. Raider Room said, I liked AP, but they for sure weren't as disciplined as they were the year before when he took over. If you win, doesn't mean you should get a day off and show up on Wednesday. Got to take it serious. This is my issue with a lot of the AP arguments, right? A lot of AP arguments, they're like, oh, you got to let these players have fun. You got to let them go out there and you can't have this militant practice type shit. And I was always one of those, and that was the argument about Harbaugh, right? Like, it's like, oh, nobody wants Harbaugh because, he's corny and shit, but he holds this militant practice to where, he makes it unfun for players and all this bullshit, right? At the end of the day, you can have fun at work, right? But this is a business. If your fun isn't amounting to victories, and your fun is amounting to us losing on the football field, you have to change your version of fun. And that's why I feel like Harbaugh, with his militant mindset, I feel like a lot of these NFL coaches, the elite ones, like they let their players have fun to a point. To the point to where you're going to have fun as long as we win. But the moment that we start losing is the moment that your fun gets sucked out. I mean, I've never played past varsity football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never played college or nothing. But I guarantee you, from just me playing, pee-wee football all the way up to junior varsity and varsity football, if you lost a game, we weren't out there having a good time. My coach was either making us do up downs, we were running gassers, we were running 3-mile sprints, like not 3-mile sprints, but like 3-mile laps. Like, bro, you ain't having fun. And at the end of the day, if you continue to go out there and make the same mistake, and you're going to continue to just want to beat your body up, bro, because I guarantee you after about 20, 30 minutes of up downs, and after, 30 minutes of gassers, another hour of running laps, you're not going to want to go out there and give that same shit effort, dude. You're like, bro, fuck this, dude. My coach is going to grill into my ass, dude. No diddy. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like you need to be, bro. And that's where I feel like Antonio Pierce lacked at, dude. Is like he just let players walk on him. Okay, well, we lose, we'll get it right next week, whatever. No. We're going to make you get it right next week. We're going to make you regret losing football games. You're going to regret going out there and, giving a shit effort. And the only way you do that is by a boot camp military mindset to where, okay, you want to go out there and shit the bed and you want to cost our team losses? Well, guess what? Not only are you going to suffer, but your entire team is going to suffer. And that's what makes it worse. Is like, when I played football, like, if one of us fucked up, the entire team suffered from just that one guy fucking up. And when you're getting paid millions of dollars, bro, like, you got to embrace them guys that they don't want to fuck up, because not only are they going to have to stress their bodies out and shit like that, but they're not going to want to do that to their brother. I hated making a fucked up play and making my brothers do push-ups and up-downs and sprints. You don't want to make your guys do that. You want to chill, bro. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is you're going to have to go out there. You're going to have to win games. You're going to have to give it all on the football field. And that's what it comes down to, bro. And unless you've actually gone out there, like I said, I've never made it past varsity football. But varsity football is a fucking crab in a bucket, dog-eat-dog fucking world, bro. And yeah, bro, like I know what it's like in terms of going out there and trying to smack the next man in the mouth. So, and I feel like the Raiders don't have enough of those guys, bro. We don't have enough of those guys that are, you're not better than me. And that's what I feel like makes your NFL. That's what makes a team, bro. You got to have enough guys with that mindset. Bitch, you're not better than me. I don't give a fuck where you were drafted. I don't give a fuck where I was drafted. You're not better than me. And I'm going to come out here and I'm going to fucking show you, bro. And you don't get that no more in the NFL. And that's why I like players like Maxx Crosby, because he's one of those guys. I'm as much as we compare him to TJ Watt and Myles Garrett, all those guys were first round picks. Maxx Crosby was a fourth round pick. Nobody knew Maxx Crosby was going to be shit. And that's why I respect that. He's just like, bitch, you ain't better than me. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm a fourth round pick. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. I respect that. You need more of those guys. You need more of those guys, bro. At the end of the day, bro, the NFL is a man sport. It's a physical sport. The most physical teams at the end of the day are going to be the teams that are going to win the National Football League fucking Lombardi trophy, bro. The motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles outweighed the motherfucking Kansas City Chiefs defensive line by like 500 pounds. That's how you win. So. That's just my little spill on it. The Raiders got to get more of those guys, bro.
They're doing it.
I love Max Raider Room. I'm just not one of those guys, bro. I'm not gonna come on here and just let my Raider goggles take over my overall outlook of the Raiders in the spectrum of the National Football League. Like, I love Max. I hate when people come on here, they think just because I critique Max and I say what I say, I hate Max. No, I don't, bro. I love Maxx Crosby. I want every single Raider that's on our roster to be successful, because guess what? It makes the franchise successful, and at the end of the day, all I want to do is win. I have my firm critiques on Maxx Crosby, and I can back my shit with all kinds of facts, and everybody can come on here and back their fucking opinions on Max with facts. So at the end of the day, like I said, my shit's just an opinion, bro. I love Max. I'm always going to stand on the fact that I don't think he's as good as a lot of Raider fans think he is. That's all I'm saying. It's nothing more serious than that, bro. I just think, bringing back Maxx Crosby just shows more that the Raiders are trying to win right now than rebuild, because didn't we say, like, if the Raiders want to rebuild, you trade Max and you acquire draft picks. All the moves the Raiders have made have showed me that the Raiders want to win now more than try to win down the road. You know what I'm saying? From bringing in, you know, Pete Carroll and Spytek, guys from winning franchises, you know, and winning records, and you know, then you turn around and you bring in Maxx Crosby, because obviously bringing in Maxx Crosby gives the Raiders the best chance to win now. Then you go out there and you bring in Geno Smith, you know, and he obviously, if he was the end-all be-all in our quarterback room right now, he gives the Raiders the best chance to win now. The Raiders are making a lot of moves that not only put us at the big boy table and get us off the kiddie table, but they also are moves that could make the Raiders good now, to where we don't got to wait. And what did Pete Carroll say at his introductory press conference? Yes, we want to build down the road, but we want to be competitive now. And I feel like all the moves the Raiders have made up until this point makes us have a chance to not only be competitive now, but if the Raiders go out there and draft, you know, a Shador or a Jackson Dart or a Will Howard, or, you know, one of these guys, and let them sit behind Geno, it gives us a chance to win now and in the future. So, what up, Turkey? Yeah, I've been said Tyree Wilson was a bust. Motherfuckers know what time it is with me. I was all in on Devin Witherspoon. The fact that Devin Witherspoon got his drafted as high as he did, I was shocked. But I was Devin Witherspoon, Jalen Carter, and then Christian Gonzalez in that draft. Devin Witherspoon got drafted before the Raiders had a chance. I definitely wanted Jalen Carter or Christian Gonzalez when the Raiders took Tyree. Anybody that's been around my channel can definitely vouch for that. Well, I remember, like I said, bro, there was people that were celebrating the Tyree Wilson pick, bro, and I couldn't understand it. I'm like, what? Like, I mean, I'm not taking anything he did in college away from him. He was a semi-productive player in college, but like every time he played like an elite NFL school, he didn't play very well. That was my knock on Tyree. And not only that, but he had like a really bad foot injury, dude, to where he was damn near gonna miss his entire rookie season, bro. Like, why are we drafting this dude, bro, as high as we did? Like, we know we're not gonna get no productivity out of him. And then not only that, but like, are you really gonna put Tyree Wilson on the field? And this is before Chandler Jones went batshit crazy, right? We were paying Chandler Jones like $35+ million a year. No, it might have been. I'm tripping. It was like $20 million or $18+ million a year we were paying Chandler Jones, guaranteed. Like, dude, Tyree Wilson wasn't getting on the field, so why the fuck would you even draft him, especially when we had a dire need at corner? This was before Jack Jones, and even though as much as I'm not a fan of Jack Jones, this was before Jacorian Bent. Like, we didn't have no corners, so and we didn't have no defensive tackle, so you pass on a defensive tackle and a corner over a defensive end when you just gave Maxx Crosby a bunch of money. You gave Chandler Jones a bunch of money. You got Malcolm Kuntz sitting back there. Like, why would you draft this guy? So he can sit? Like, no, dude. I agree, Shin Chan. I agree. I like Geno Smith. He said Geno Smith is a solid quarterback for the next 2 to 3 years. Especially, bro, because Geno Smith got the best, or what I should say is Pete Carroll got the best out of Geno Smith, bro. Geno Smith had an off year this year. The entire Seattle Seahawks team did, but they were going through a turnover. Obviously, Pete Carroll was there for as long as he was, and as soon as Pete Carroll left, man, you feel me? You seen Geno struggle. I think Geno fits into what Pete Carroll wants to do. So I feel like it's only right for, you know, guys like Geno to want to come over here. Like, I think DK would be over here, would fit in here perfectly. I just don't think the Raiders are going to give up a first if that's what they want. But I definitely could see like a player like Tyler Lockett coming here with Pete Carroll. At bare minimum, just think about Tyler Lockett, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers, and say the Raiders take Ashton Jeanty, bro. Ashton Jeanty, Geno Smith, Brock Bowers, Tyler Lockett, Jacoby Myers. You feel me? And then add in whoever else you want. Trey Tucker. You feel me? So, I like it, bro. I think the Raiders are definitely making moves to be successful. Like you said, not only now, but in the future, bro. It's great. I love it. Exactly, J-Dog. You know what's crazy is I don't know if that was a real shit, but they said the Raiders drafted the wrong Byron Young in the draft, dog. Because there was 2 Byron Youngs. There was the Byron Young from Alabama, and there was the Byron Young from Tennessee. The Byron Young from Tennessee went to the Rams. That dude was a dog. But yeah, man. Hopefully the Raiders can find a way. Like I said, everything looks good right now, but you can't be paper champions in the offseason, bro. That shit don't amount to winning once week 1 comes, bro. But like I said, at the end of the day, from all the moves the Raiders have made, as much as I've judged Mark Davis, I think bringing in Tom Brady was a great asset to the Raiders. As you guys can tell, you know, Ben Johnson, as much as I liked him, I don't think he would have been the best suitor for this division. You know, like he had no interest in the Raiders before Tom Brady talked to him. You know, as much as I wasn't a big fan of Matthew Stafford had no interest in the Raiders before Tom Brady talked to him. So obviously, you know, there's a power shift there. You know, Pete Carroll has come out countless times and said, you know, one of the main reasons why he came to the Raiders is because of Tom Brady. And, you know, why would you not want to be in the same business as Tom? And, you know, in terms of what Mark Davis has done, you know, Tom Brady has put his staple on this organization already. Yeah, man. I'm excited, bro. I think the Raiders so far, we have done everything to get ourselves off the children's table, the peewee table, and get ourselves up on the big boy table, you know, the grown-up table. And that's all we can hope for, is that the Raiders get up off that big boy, get up off that children's table. So I don't know, but I got to go to work at 4 a.m. though. I'm out. Much love. I posted your link in the chat. I'll post your link again. Make sure you guys go subscribe to the homie Black.
That's all good.
Shout out to my boy Nutty Raider Nate. Shout out to my boy Diesel. Shout out to my Burn, everybody that didn't make it to the show. I got to go to work. I'm out this bitch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. As always, if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll be live for
hit the like button.
Tomorrow we're gonna submit that report to fucking what was it? Fucking Crime Stoppers. We're doing that shit tomorrow. So you guys have a great one. As always, there's Black's link. You guys go subscribe to his channel. You guys
appreciate it.
What time it is. Go Raiders, and we'll catch
you. I'm a Raider though.
One man. I'm a Raider though. You already know what time it is, dudes.
It's picked off. Oh no! Unbelievable! Oh wow! Incredible! Chandler Jones and wins the game for the Raiders. Jacobs with running room right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The Raiders are going to win this game.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Welcome